This is a re- this is a reaction video. Any clip that I may use in this is covered by fair use.
Oh, well, everybody know who I want next. I want Terrence Crawford next.
You're gonna make that happen?
Huh?
You're gonna make that happen?
Oh, definitely. That's the fight that I want. That's the fight everybody else want. Like I said, I'm gonna get these straps and I'm gonna go over there and take his shit too.
All right. Errol, congratulations. Terrific fight this evening.
Thank you, man. Down. Strap season. Y'all know what time it is, baby. Terrence, I'm coming for that motherfucking belt.
All right.
I'm not catching fades anymore. Gotta keep my hands clean when they come for the board. Keep it smooth like a dawn, making moves in the dark. Cause I learned how to swim in the pool full of sharks. Now they coaches, cause they can't read all his motions. How the kid never switch codes, but he codes with focus. Staring down your team with a frozen, ice cold look that can end the summer solstice. Cause I'm more like the top dog. Keep on running game in the gang will it cost y'all. I be calling plays from a plane while I'm off court. But we ain't the same, you a lame, I'm a mob star. Actually, I'm a top dog on a stat sheet. Off court, but I call plays for the athlete. Laughing when the cop cars try to catch me. Cause I rolled off in a taxi. With my feet up, I'm relaxing. Singing Figaro with no accent. While I pour strings from the streets in. Do it all with a straight face, I'm the kingpin. Top dog, top flow, boss mode. I'm the kingpin. Showstopper, top dog, God vibe. I'm the kingpin. They know I'm a dog and a beast, man. Yeah, I keep the peace with a peace, man. I ain't got no time for a peace, man. Why would I respond to a pawn? I'm the... Hold up.
If I let my dogs off the leash, then you might want to get out of Dodge while it eats. Honestly, think it's not the blood in the beef. If they don't leave anything behind at the eat.
I can see you soft, ever thought about retreating. If you never have, then they'll give you a reason. Better watch your tone, lose your bass when you speaking. Underneath the mask is the wrath of a... When you learn how to smile in their face, then go cutthroat. Then they wanna call you a con when the blood cold. I remember starving while y'all had a truckload. Now I'm with the mob, with the call and the gusto. I'm a top dog on a stat sheet. Off court, but I call plays for the athlete. Laughing when the cop cars try to catch me. Cause I rolled off in a taxi. With my feet up, I'm relaxing. Singing Figaro with no accent. While I pour strings from the streets in. Do it all with a straight face, I'm the kingpin. Top dog, top flow, boss mode. I'm the kingpin. Showstopper, top dog, God vibe. I'm the kingpin.
Now, it's going to take another special fighter to, I don't know if y'all could have heard me. I look like I was mute myself. You know what I'm saying? What's going on, film study? You know what I'm saying? What's up, Windy City Assassin? What's going on? He said, do you think Bud would acknowledge Derek James as a trainer of the year? It seems like he has a hard time giving credit to guys associated with Spence. I say to that man, you see how my man moves, right? You know what I'm saying? He moves like a hater. You know what I'm saying? He moves like he takes shit personally. He moves like, what I'm saying, like, what I'm saying, he's not the best sportsman in the sport. You know what I'm saying? So, when you see motherfucker move like that, you got to believe what you see. No, it don't really matter if he acknowledge Derrick James is a great coach or not. You know what I'm saying? Because we all know Derrick James. He's that goddamn that Shaolin master and shit with the motherfucking white eyebrows, and he gonna make it happen. You know what I'm saying? So it don't matter if Omaha recognizes him as a great trainer. You know what I'm saying? He's earned it. He's paid his dues, did his due diligence, and now he got one fighter that made undisputed in Jamel Charlo, and now he got Earl Spence Jr., who could get undisputed, who is undisputed in my estimation. You know what I'm saying? Earl Spence Jr. is undisputed because he got a reluctant warrior who's holding the last belt hostage. So we can't let him hold up boxing history because he's acting like a bitch out here. You know what I'm saying? In these streets. You know what I'm saying? That's boxing don't stop for one monkey. You know what I'm saying? The show got to go on. You know what I'm saying? So, if one monkey acting a fool, you know what I'm saying, we just put his ass in the cage, you know what I'm saying, let his ass, do what he gonna do. Or let his ass go in the jungle and do what the hell he gotta do. The show gotta go on, bro. There's other monkeys gonna do what they gotta do, right? So, we can't rest, we can't hold back boxing waiting on Terrence Crawford to do the right thing. Hold on, y'all cooking too, same time. So, he can play the spoiler if he want to, but it's just gonna make him look bad. You know what I'm saying? It's just gonna make him look bad. In the end of the day, because he didn't hold up to boxing tradition. He didn't do his part. You know what I'm saying? For this to be a great boxing area, you challenge your rivals and you get in that ring and you show who the best in the division. But if you fucking around, start trying to change things, talking about uh, legacy, you already got your legacy made. No, nigga, you at 147 now. You know what I'm saying? It ain't no you already made your legacy. You know what I'm saying? That's bullshit right there. It ain't no bullshit. You know what I'm saying? Like, just because this man may whip your ass and shit, and it's a 50-50 fight, everybody see that, man. You know what I'm saying? So it shows that you're a chump. You know what I'm saying? You're a chump in the ring, and you ain't the dude that we thought you was because you sell yourself like you the special fighter, you the best fighter in the world, and everybody see that shit ain't true, but you still fronting like you are, and so we ain't having it. We ain't having that shit, bro. You know what I'm saying? Not over here. You know what I'm saying? I'm not having that shit. I know y'all ain't having that shit. So Terrence Crawford is an afterthought. Quickly he's quickly becoming an afterthought, and that's crazy in boxing because this man spent years, fighting the dudes he did fight. You know what I'm saying? Preparing himself, getting into the gym, and doing all that shit. And just to punk out at the end. You know what I'm saying? Just because you coming across somebody who could make you look bad in the ring, somebody who could defeat you. See, I was saying like in the other video, I'm saying a loss don't make you you know what I'm saying, less than a fighter. It's just that you came across somebody who could beat you. That's it. You have fans out here, what I'm saying, they fall into these little cliques, you know, and they want to have bragging rights. There's nothing wrong with having bragging rights, but your favorite fighter could get beat, bro, if he fight the best competition. So that's all that shit is. And they're not looking at boxing in the traditional way. You know what I'm saying? They're looking at it through fanship. And it only goes to a certain point where you could be a fan, right? You got to be a fan of the sport more than you are one fighter. And see, not to keep invoking blue blood name, but that's something that he used to preach, and that's something we used to respect. And so that's why he had such a big following, because when you love the sport of boxing, it don't matter who win or lose. Deontay Wilder lost, right? But we still support Deontay Wilder, right? Because he had that warrior mindset where he don't matter. It don't matter who up there. It don't matter who got the belt. I'm coming forward, win or lose. And that's what was so great about that man. You know, it didn't matter, bro. You know what I'm saying? He went out on the shield, and a lot of fighters don't want to go out on their shield. Terrence Crawford don't want to go out on his shield, and he know he can go out bad, get knocked the fuck out, or beat the fuck up, or possibly even quitting. You know what I'm saying? Because we don't know what Terrence Crawford is made of. You know what I'm saying? We don't know if Errol might get in there and make him lose, quit in the ring, and that would be so. You know, that would be the worst thing for him because Terrence Crawford already stated that he can't lose in front of his family. Because they think of him as a god. You know what I'm saying? In Omaha. And see, when you that sensitive as a fighter, then you're not gonna give other people the opportunities. You know what I'm saying? Like people gave you the opportunity to. Jeff Horn gave him the opportunity to win that belt. You can't just sit on it and protect it. I mean, you can't just go buy a bag of cookies. You know what I'm saying? Eat a couple of them and then hold on to them for the rest of the year. You know what I'm saying? No, you got to eat them cookies, bro, because we coming for them cookies. You know what I'm saying? You ain't gonna just sit on them goddamn cookies. My brother used to snatch my shit. You know what I'm saying? And eat about 4 or 5 of them. And if I wasn't right, he'll throw them shits on the ground. You know what I'm saying? That's just how it is, bro. People are hungry. You know what I'm saying? You stopping up the hungry fighters in the league. You see Jerron Boosin is coming straight for your dome now because they sense weakness in you. You know what I'm saying? All that apprehensive shit and all that puppet master stuff don't work in boxing because all they know is getting in the ring and fighting. That's all they know. You know what I'm saying? So when they see you apprehensive and making all this little, what I'm saying, dodging and shit, they sense weakness. They want to fight you now. Before they thought you was, you had this mystique of being invincible, but now they see, your mindset is different. They see that now that you're getting confronted by the man, you don't want to smoke. So now you look weak. What's going on, Levar? Cooper, I see you out there, bro. Let me see. I'm cooking y'all at the same time, so I'm back and forth. Let me see. Let me read some of the comments. What's going on? When it says fix your mic pool. Oh, my mic messed up. Y'all, my mic messed up. Y'all don't hear nothing. Oh, that must be when I was on mute. Let's see. Uh, Salute said B Logan. Let me see. He said, I want to see Shakur and Frank. He said, I want to see. Yeah, man, I want to see all of them. What's going on, y'all? Hey, subscribe to Renee Box Young and LeVar Cooper. They be over there, man, putting it down, man. Some of the best commentary, what I'm saying, this boxing space. You know what I'm saying? Go check them out, man. I mean, they're really good. You know what I'm saying? I like tuning in to them too. What's up, 2 Cent Boxing? And what's up, B Logan? What's going on, son of Peter? You know what I mean? What's going on, Jeff R? Thank you for smash that like button, y'all. Let me see. He says, do you think your knowledge? Yeah, man. But Derek James is doing his thing this year. Um, I think he's just low key, what I'm saying, making it happen. You know what I'm saying? He got some really good boxers over there to help get Frank Martin ready for this fight. And it shows he had Shushu over there helping, you know what I'm saying? He had you know what I'm saying, he got Errol, of course, and he got some other guys over there. I don't really know their names, you know what I'm saying? I think it's other Aerospace Junior fighters, and they're really good boxers, and we're gonna have to explore those guys. You know what I'm saying? Because they don't get enough credit for getting um, Frank Martin and getting Frank Martin ready. I mean, if you looked at that fight, man, Frank Martin was super sharp. I've never seen him that sharp in the fight, and he just looked like next level to me. He looked like he's going to be a threat to the upper division. Now, how he will look against Shakur Stevenson, I don't know. I mean, I don't know because Shakur is different, man. No, he's different. You know what I'm saying? But I can see they both have similar um, boxing IQs. But could he get in there on Shakur Stevenson the way he got in there on Mikael Riviera? I doubt it. You know what I'm saying? Because that boy is sharp. He's extra sharp. And I've never seen Shakur Stevenson sloppy in the ring. I don't know how he's going to look at 135. I don't know if I would want Shakur Stevenson first fight at 135 to be Frank Martin. Because Frank Martin power is different too. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? Because he really does have good power. If I think if we would have pressed the gas on Mikael Riviera last night, I think it was like round 7 or 8. He had him looking bad in there. You know what I'm saying? And I think Frank Martin fighting in those spurts, is going to be a problem for him if he fight Shakur Stevenson. He's gonna have to put on relentless pressure on Shakur to make him fight so he could get in there. Because as long as he take pauses and breaks, Shakur is going to be able to pick him off in that mid-range area, and it's going to be hard for him, to get around Shakur Stevenson defense. He's such a defensive fighter, and I'm not saying that's a bad thing because Floyd was a defensive fighter. But it's going to be hard for him to beat Shakur Stevenson, who, what I'm saying, reflexes on point. He's also a superior athlete. He's strong. He don't have the power, but he got everything else. So I would like to see that fight, though. I mean, I don't know how good it'd be, what I'm saying, but I don't. It might be pretty good because Frank, he's going to slip. He's going to slip that jab at some point in time. You know what I'm saying? He gonna get in there. He like to bust that body. That's one thing I love about him. You know what I'm saying? That's one thing I love about Frank Martin. He is, you just never know. I mean, he just so crispy, and against Mikael Rivera, I mean, it was just his best performance, a masterclass performance, man. The dude was just wow. What I'm saying? He's just something special, what I'm saying, to leap up upon the 135 division, even though we've been following him for a while under era. Um, Nate Boxing said, I think I need a couple of fights. He said, I think he needs a couple of fights before thinking about getting Frank in the ring with the likes of Tank, Shakur, etc. Maybe, what I'm saying? Because Mikhail, I thought he was more of a boxer, more complete boxer than we saw. But see, he was lacking the speed. He was lacking the adjustment ability. He was just lacking in so many areas. Foot speed. He was just slow, bro. And it just wasn't looking good for him. And he didn't know how to deal with it. And he started falling apart because of that big stage experience. When you come to the ring, if you don't have the former experience of fighting big pressure fights in front of people and your hometown, your country, what I'm saying, you'll fold. And he folded, what I'm saying? He just didn't know what to do. And Frank Martin, he wasn't doing shit special. He was just going to the right and he was countering him. And he kept doing the same shit over and over, trying to work that jab, and it wasn't working for him. So I was like, come on, bro, you're gonna have to learn from your mistakes. And he wasn't. He just kept doing the same thing, trying to catch him with the right, trying to catch him with the right. Frank just kept slipping that damn right, getting on the inside, busting that body, and shit. He did that to the end of the fight, and it was over for him, you know. And he was like, I know y'all saw that video I did where Mikhail was just down, and we could go into that, what I'm saying? Because let me see. Sorry, y'all, I'm cooking too, so I'm trying to watch this food. Also, got hamburger helper on tonight. Let's see. Okay, I'm cutting it off. So noodles cooked. Okay, got that. Okay, I'm back. Let me see. I got that out the way. So yeah, Frank Martin is definitely a problem. So let's see if y'all, I don't know if any of y'all saw this. Let me see. I don't know if y'all saw this, but this shows your boy. He's defeated, and he had some words to say about it. He said, "What's good? What's going on? Same fight, different round." Okay, so here's Mikael Riviera, all for Lumaloon.
I don't want to feel comfortable when he lost. Then I really work hard and I feel bad with myself. You know, I don't really say excuse. Then something wrong happened, but I still taking the fight. Then it's my fault. It's no fault of the other people. It's just my you lost.
It seemed like he had a lot of like footwork where he would grab you and spin you around and do a lot of like just angles with his feet. Did that trouble you a lot
No, but I was with a good camp with a great guys, like better skill than him, like Edwin de los Santos. They use more angles than him. I was doing too good, but I don't was.
So he's saying he fought. Now that's weird. He's saying he fought better. in San Antonio, so whatever that guy name is, that he had better angles and he did he fought a better fighter than Frank Martin, which is not true. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, I guess in his mind, he's just kind of like trying to work it out. Like, what happened to me? You know what I'm saying? And if you look at the fight, it was very simple. The guy was faster. He's faster than Santos. That who he fought. Obviously, he has a better boxing IQ than Santos. So he's not a better fighter, bro. Santos is not a better fighter than Frank Martin. So, he's trying to just calculate it in his mind because right now he's all fucked up. You know what I'm saying? You can see, what I'm saying, he's dejected and he's just trying to, what I'm saying, just trying to understand what's happened to him. You know what I'm saying? And he's just like, damn, his fro fucked up. You know what I'm saying? It's like, bro, what I'm saying? It's like, bro, you got to look at what actually happened. You got to look at what actually happened. What's
What's
going on,
going on,
King
King
Judah in
Judah
the
in the
building? What's
building?
happening,
What's
bro?
happening, bro? Nothing much, man. I was checking out the video too, man. Look, that dude. Do you notice a pattern, bro? After somebody fight a
Let me
Derrick
see.
James fighter, you can hear me? Yo, you can hear me, Pool?
Hold on.
Hold
Let
on.
me let me go
Let
out
me
and
go out.
hear you now. Should be able to hear you now.
Yeah, you can hear me?
So you were
Yeah, you
checking
were
out the
checking out
video?
the video? Yeah, man, I was checking out the video, bro. I was saying, do you notice a pattern after somebody fight a Derrick James fighter?
Yeah,
They just,
he said,
uh,
let me see. Hey,
hey,
do me a
do me a
favor.
favor.
Do me
Yeah,
do me a favor,
do me
King.
a
Go
favor.
back out, come back in. Go back
Go
out,
back
come
out,
back
come back
in.
in.
Cause I can't hear you. Come back in. I dropped the link for you. Go back out, come back in. I don't know what's up with my internet, man. It's like I have to keep doing that. So there you go. Okay.
Yo, you can hear me now?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, bro. I said
Yeah, I
I
can
was,
hear you clear now.
yeah, I said I was checking out that video too, bro. And I said, do you notice a pattern after people fight Derrick James fighter? Man, they be dumbfounded. Like he sound like Danny Garcia after he fought Errol Spence. He don't know what happened. He thought he had it all figured out, and then he had to go up against Derrick James and Derrick James fighter, and now he don't know what to believe. It's like, man, they just be, like that dude don't know. He don't know what happened. He can't explain why he lost. He thought he was gonna win, and he didn't. Yo, you can hear me, boy?
Hold on. Let me
Oh,
see.
okay.
Okay, hold on. Yeah, it's
Yeah,
kind
it's
of.
kind of
I'm saying this thing
this
is
thing is
just it's janky today.
janky today.
Let's see. Let me go out and come back in and see if that'll help. Let's
Let's
see.
see.
Let me go
Let
out
me
and
go
come
out
back
and come back.
in. So this
The
stream, y'all,
stream.
bro. Sometimes I don't know. Hold on. Okay. Okay.
Okay.
Say
Say
something.
something. Yeah, you hear me? Hello.
Uh, I don't know. Let's
You still
see.
can't hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Same
Same
fighter,
fighter,
different rounds.
different rounds.
Yeah, I can hear
Yeah, I
you.
can hear you.
So
So,
yeah,
yeah,
what do you
what do
thought
you
about
thought
it?
about it? Yeah, I was saying that it seemed like
Mm.
after people fight Derrick James fighters, but they just be confused, like they don't know what happened. Like when Danny Garcia fought EJ, all he can say was it was the jab. He doesn't know why he lost. It's like they get in the ring and they have a plan on what they want to do, and they go up against Derrick James and they just nothing they thought was gonna worked at all, and they just get dominated. And these dudes in their head, but they never thought nobody can dominate them.
Okay. Yeah, it's I don't know what it is, man. It's like every time you're in a bad area or something.
Uh, shit. I mean, I'm at home. I mean, I'm at
Oh,
home.
I'll get it right. All right, now I'm just dumping this hamburger in here. Oh, let's keep it going because I'm mixing up this hamburger. Go ahead.
Yeah, man, and that's all I got to say about it. Like people like Rivera, man, you can look at that dude and you can
I
tell
mean, I
that.
can't hear you, but they probably can hear you.
Yeah,
Oh,
for the ones that can hear, that dude was trained well. He a good fighter. We all know he wasn't a scrub. He know
let me
he
see. I
wasn't a
gotta put a
scrub.
little
So
milk in here.
I mean now he confused as hell. That's a testament to how good Derrick James is at what he do.
Oh, I'll be back. I'm just mixing up this stuff real quick. All right, so all right. Let's see. Sorry, y'all. Just boy, the goddamn internet connection. All right, so let me. I just put some milk in there. All right. So all right. So sa- same fighter with a different round says, "What's good, Pull? I can't hear a thing. I can't hear a thing you're saying, bro. Let me try to.
Him.
Oh, I'm hoping I can hear.
Yeah, you can hear me now. Yo,
Yeah, I can hear you clear now.
all right.
Yeah, but every time I hear you clear, then it'll fall off.
Yeah, I don't know what the hell. You can hear me now.
Yeah, with you fading in and out. Let me see. Same fight with different. Same fight, different rounds. Says, do I have a delay or something? Cause I see you muted. I see you muted, but I still hear. Is that me? Let me see. Okay, same fight, different round. Says, what's good, Pull? I think Frank will be a problem for them guys. He said, I believe the way Derek James teaches them guys how to fight over there. Yeah, I think he's just. I mean, with Errol over there, I think he's an inspiration for those dudes. You know what I'm saying? I think he's just giving them a whole different kind of confidence. You know what I'm saying with that camp. You know what I'm saying because now they become in the forefront of you know what I'm saying, the elite in boxing. So, with them all gaining accolades, even the coach, you know what I'm saying, it's just gonna make them have a superior, you know what I'm saying, type of mindset, a championship mindset. Um Renee Box Young says he says River can bounce back, man, no problem. That's what I say. But he's gotta be honest. He's got to be honest with himself now. He can't be sitting there talking about, oh, you know what I'm saying, well, it's because I drank Red Bulls. He can't be saying, oh, it's because you know what I'm saying, I didn't make the weight, my body wasn't right, I overtrained. So he's making, you know what I'm saying, yeah, he's going down the laundry list, but at the same time, he's not looking at, how he got beat in the ring. So that's what I mean by being honest. He didn't acknowledge that this man is faster. He didn't acknowledge that this man boxing IQ, he shut down his jab. He shut him down. He nullified everything that he was trying to do in the ring. And that's one thing that he's not acknowledging, and maybe we just called him right after the fight. And some things, you know, what I'm saying he's got to have that that honest moment when he look in the mirror and say, "Shit, man, I got to work on my craft, man. I'm not as good as I thought I was, man. I got holes in my shit, and I need to get in there and recognize what them holes are and work on that shit and get better." You know what I'm saying? Thank you, Frank Martin, for showing me. You know what I'm saying that I can't deal with certain things in the ring, footwork, speed. You know what I'm saying? I got to make sure I come prepared. I can't put it off on um, you know, that I beat better fighters, but yet somehow I lost. You know what I'm saying? I mean, that shit is crazy. So maybe he's just having a hard time because this was a moment that he really needed to win, and it's just so disappointing to him. You can see the look on his face. He's just all disappointed. Oh, let me see, I'm going in and out, and it destroyed the connection I had. Let's see. So let's get reconnected and see. And you can see the pain on this young man's face, and nobody's laughing at him or nothing like that. It's just that, what I'm saying, you got to be honest, when you come into the ring, because it's going to tell in the ring. You could tell yourself that you're better than everybody. You can call yourself Muhammad Ali. Hell, you can call yourself Mike Tyson. But shit, when you get in there and you get Falumaloon, then there it is. There's your result.
Was in the best moment for the discount. I was finishing the May one fight in Los Angeles, one month and a half, and my body's too big. I was doing weight. I was a hard time to making weight. Just my corner. I mean, what difficult was this for me, man. But man, I was trying to do the plan, but you have to be fast for do the plan. My body don't was answer, Then for that, I don't feel good with myself. It's not like I can say no.
See, so you lack speed. What I'm saying, you should have known that. Doing your research and doing your due diligence, you should have known that Frank is a fast motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? He's fast, bro. You know, let me see. Del Santos. He says, Windy City Assassin said Del Santos. I think he's talking about that guy that beat El Rayo. And let me see, same fight, different round. Said Rivera lost, but he's not out. Get back to the drawing board. Yeah, and get back to the ring. Say he's trying to wrap his mind around that loss. And he said we have to go back to the tape. Exactly. You know what I'm saying? He should maybe, you got to stay away from interviews right after you lose. You see what I'm saying? Because you'd be emotional and you'd be all over the place. And Renee Bashyan says, yeah, River Ever got school. He said, that's what happened. Yeah, did he? That motherfucker got for loom, bro. I mean, like they say there's levels, bro. There's levels, and they show what's going on. Don Sapansky, she said, I can hear you. He says, Pool, you have an echo. Okay. Let me say, do I have? I shouldn't have an echo now. Let me see. Renee Bashyan says, he says, yeah, there's an echo on your side, Pool. And let me see. Before dude jumped in the panel, you sound perfect. Yeah, and he says, when the city says you turn your background down, you turn your background down. And let's see, educated jab, what's going on, bro? He says, Pool. He said in chat, fam. You know what I'm saying? What's up? And Renee says, educated jab, salute. And Film said Derek James is Bill Belichick of boxing as of right now. I agree. I agree. You know what I'm saying? I mean, right now, Derek James, the shit he's teaching right now, and the way his fighters are responding to his coaching is amazing. I mean, from Jamel on down. I mean, the dude, what I'm saying? I mean, if he's on another level right now. Sometimes motherfuckers get into so you get into a rhythm, man, and it's like you just be doing some of the best stuff in your life. And Derek James is definitely, he's definitely, what I'm saying, feeling himself, bro. He's definitely in that niche, what I'm saying, in boxing. He got the best athletes. He's got everything going for him. And he's got everything going for him. And it shows. I'm surprised more fighters are not trying to come to him, you know. But see, Derek did say that he only trained a few, what I'm saying, so he don't be stretched out like be stretched all over the place, like Eddie Reynoso. You know what I'm saying? He had to let go. You know what I'm saying? All them guys he couldn't give them the time. Because think about it, you still got to live a life. You know, I mean, work isn't everything. You got to have a balance. Because if you put too much time on one thing, you're going to lose everything else. In your personal life. You're going to lose everything in your personal life. I'm sorry, I'm back and forth. So he said he's still there. Fool's cooking. He said we can hear you both. Okay. Yeah, Riviera, he came out, he was confident, but you could see, what I'm saying, just real early. He said real early. Am I still echoing? Shit, are y'all serious? Oh, I'm just way back. Am I echoing right now? What's going on, William Old School? I see you out there. He says, that's true, Pooh. Fighters should stay away from interviews sometimes after losing. He said they look at Teal. He said, look at Teal. He said, do I still got it? And the mic caught that shit too. You know what I'm saying? It's like, bro, man, you you gotta use common sense. You know what I'm saying? Shut your mouth, bro. You know what I'm saying? This is gonna haunt you even when you become a champion. You know what I'm saying? All this stuff is on tape. You know what I'm saying? Carry yourself accordingly. Don't be giving interviews when you're in a defeated mindset. Because fighters going to be using that shit against you in press conferences. Um, it's a real okay, cool. It's a real petty game out here right now. And so you gotta, people gonna be looking at this footage and they're gonna be using this shit against you. You know what I'm saying? So don't make excuses. Be like, hey man, Frank Martin just beat me. He was a better fighter. Um, I'm going back to the drawing board. And I got some things I got to work on, and that's that. You know what I'm saying? I just encountered a greater, what I'm saying, a better fighter, and I wasn't ready. You know what I'm saying? I didn't prepare myself. You know, maybe Rivera should be fighting at 140, and so you could only shrink your body down. It works for some fighters. Everybody's body is not the same. So if some fighters can't shrink down and go fight at the lower weights. So you saw Tio, he disintegrated. You know what I'm saying? After fighting at 135 for too long. You know what I'm saying? Because your body can't take it. At some point in time, you got to move up. And if you're supposed to be a 140 fighter, fight at 140, bro. If you're supposed to be a 147 fighter, fight at 147. You know what I'm saying? Because you're killing yourself. You really taking away your strength. You know what I'm saying? When you shrink down like that. And some fighters like Errol Spence Jr. can do it for 10 years. Some can't. You know what I'm saying? But it'll show up in the fight at some point in time. You know what I'm saying? And he looked like, oh my God, man. Frank Martin, I mean, he was just styling on my boy. You know what I'm saying? He was showing him he was a stronger guy inside, pushing him back. You know what I'm saying? A short dude, you know what I'm saying, pushing his, because he looked huge. I don't know if anybody, I don't think those stats, 5'8", what was it, 60, I forgot what it was, inch on the reach. He's got a longer reach than that. He's taller than that, and you could tell the difference. It was just the size difference was amazing. But he couldn't use it to his benefit because he was too slow. You know what I'm saying? He was way too slow, but he looked fast against other fighters. You know, and that's what people are trying to tell these Crawford lovers, bro. You could look good against motherfuckers that not on your level. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. This is boxing. You know what I'm saying? They got to listen to people who watch this shit. You know, yeah, you can look great. It gives you the illusion of being the greatest. You know what I'm saying? If you never fight anybody who can challenge you and challenge your athletic ability, you got to fight other athletic fighters. You know what I'm saying? People who can make adjustments and have a high boxing IQ. That's where you start getting your credit in boxing. And they think it's hate, but you're trying to separate Crawford from, regular boxing standards, and you can't do that. You know what I'm saying? Just because he's Terrence Crawford, just because you like the way he stepped back and catch people on counters. No, fuck all that, bro. You got to fight. You got to use that against the best. We got to see what you look like against the Errol Spence Juniors of the world, you know? And that's my thing. That's my problem with him and his fans and his whole myth, And we got young fighters like Mikhail here, challenging, what I'm saying, his rival. That's his rival. Frank Martin was his rival. You know what I'm saying? And now he find out that he got to go back to the drawing board and work on some stuff. But just imagine if it wasn't nobody at 135 to challenge him. Just imagine if Mikhail went through everybody. It wasn't nobody. It wasn't no Shakur Stevenson. It wasn't no Devin Haney. It wasn't no, those special fighters down there. And he just ran through them, went all the way up to 140. There's nobody there. He just went undisputed. He'll be another goddamn Terrence Crawford. You know what I'm saying? We'll be looking at him like, damn, boy, he's a bad motherfucker. But then he come across Frank Martin up at 147 and just decimate him. Just goddamn destroy him. You know what I'm saying? And it'll be kind of like the same thing. You got to challenge yourself each and every time to know where you at. And that's what's not happening in boxing right now. These dudes are getting with promotional companies and using that as a shield, what I'm saying, from challenging themselves. And we can see it. You know what I'm saying? We can see it. When you fighting a David Avanesian and shit, man, bro, that ain't no challenge. And it shouldn't be no challenge after 38 fights. You shouldn't be taking on those kind of opportunities. You can't fight nobody less than another champion. I wouldn't even mind seeing them fight Terrence Crawford fight Boots or what's his name, Stanionis or Virgil Ortiz. I mean, these are the caliber of fighters you should be in the ring with. So anybody else is an insult. It's an insult to our intelligence, and it's an insult to the boxing community, bro. That's all I'm saying. Says William, my guy. What's going on, LeVar Cooper? Everybody acknowledging each other. What's going on, Eli Peters TV? He says, give respect for guys giving interviews after losses. He said he's in depression. I don't hold them to shit. They say, yeah. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. It's like it's just kind of hard to wrap your mind, especially this kind of fight where it's a step up fight and it's a fight that can put you in contention to fight the best in your division to challenge yourself. Now he's still got a chance, just because it's not a shame to lose to Frank Martin. Um, he's not like some low level type of lightweight. You know what I'm saying? Frank Martin is actually, damn good. So he can definitely bounce back from this. I mean, if he lost to somebody, what I'm saying, on a lower caliber, if he lost to, maybe Oscar Valdez, some shit, or, what I'm saying, or he lost to, what I'm saying? If he lost to like somebody on a lower, then that would be kind of like, damn, bro. They said you're gonna you got a lot of work to do, bro. You know what I'm saying? But he's young enough to be able to pick himself up and make it happen. You know what I'm saying? Renee Bashan says, yeah, exactly. Shut your mouth. He said, Bud Crawford. He said, just playing, bro. Yeah, I know what you're saying, bro. He says you said you're good. And let's see, Eric Johnson say he said some people never recover from a loss. Got to be mentally strong, and it could cost them going on. But sometimes you just like you said, he need to take a break. I think he needs to take a break. And once he take a break, he'll be able to reflect on, what I'm saying? Because right now he just can't understand, what went wrong. You know what I'm saying? The moment was right. Um, I mean, he understands, how he got, the big moment, the big stage kind of fucked him up. But he's just upset that he wasn't able to take advantage of it. But let's get into a little bit more of it. Let's see.
I lost. I do everything and I lost it. Like I was trying to do it, but I can't because my body was feeling too bad. Then it was horrible. I don't want to take this one my experience. Then it's I don't know really what to say. I don't feel.
Do you plan on moving up to 140 after this fight, since you had trouble making 135?
I was just really that was a dream to get our title in 135. Because everybody was talking about everybody's talking about this division. Then I was thinking to be the number one in this division, but I believe that I am the biggest guy right there. But my body's bigger than the others 135. Then it's hard and to discipline. I do everything perfect, but
So Like I said, after a loss, it's just kind of hard for him to accept that. He worked so hard at what he did. What you do. Sometimes you can work hard. What I'm saying, but you're not working smart. And in preparation, man, you can lose in preparing wrong. What I'm saying? If you're taking a test and it's not got nothing to do with your intelligence, is that you got to prepare for that test. You got to read the right resources. What I'm saying? You got to read the right information. But if you're not taking the right test, then you're gonna fail. But that's no reflection. It's just that you prepared wrong. And this man, he's saying he's having a hard time making 135. So right there, that's an obstacle. That's an obstacle for him to overcome. What I'm saying? He knows if he can if he can fight at that weight, what I'm saying, at a maximum capacity. And what I'm saying, now he's looking back at it. He probably had to work so hard just to maintain 135 when he should have been fighting at 140. What I'm saying? But you thinking that you're gonna go down and grab your belt. No, bro, you're gonna have to be able to fight, your best. What I'm saying? Because once you step up in competition, they're gonna show you, what I'm saying, what you're all about. They're gonna push you. They're gonna push you to your limit. And you're not gonna just be able to go through motherfuckers like that. What I'm saying? Because some people can crack like Tank at that weight division. You come up in there trying to run up on him, and guess what's going to happen to you? You're going to get falumaloom, bro, because you really can't operate at that weight class. What I'm saying? Because you done stripped all your strength and your stamina, and you're just getting by on size. What I'm saying? You're getting by on the right hand, right? And some people, they got skills. What I'm saying? They're not. They got footwork. You're not going to be able to land that right hand on the upper guys. In boxing, what I'm saying, they train for that. They saw that's what you relied on, and they nullified it, right? They intercepted that shit and they went round it, and guess what? Went straight to your body. You know what I'm saying? And what was your answer for that? Just keep doing the same thing over and over. And he just saw that you're a limited fighter, and he started going. He started really get going to you. You know what I'm saying? He knew that you didn't know what you were doing. Eli Peters TV says he's also young. He said he had to go against go against Derek James, and the guy was outnumbered. Exactly. His team. You go against a strong team, you got to get your team up, bro. Yeah, now you looking at your team like they crazy because you see what a real team is like when they clicking on all cylinders, right? And that's experience. When you got, a wealth of knowledge like that, that's why Boots is so good. He has a strong team. He has a strong wealth of knowledge to draw from. That's why he can, he can pass the eye test. And I think he also passes, saying the pragmatic test in the ring. He can, he's definitely, I think, an awesome fighter. I'm thinking he's elite, what I'm saying? Because he got that family pedigree of fighters, you know. Um, William Osgood says, I saw part of this interview and says, yeah, he was complaining about dropping weight, yeah, and feeling weak and slow. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? But you got to know these things. That's why you got to get a nutritionist. And like I was saying before, the preparation. And that's what's going to help you because you can lose the fight in preparation. But you can't use that as an excuse once you lose because you went in there, you had your Ali shit on, and you had your flat top. You know what I'm saying? Now look at your flat top. It's all fucked up and you just feeling bad, bro. You don't even look like Ali, right? You look like Ali and when he was 40. You look like Ali when he was 40 years old. You know what I'm saying? I mean, bro, you done aged 20 years. You know what I'm saying? Because you got beat because you wasn't ready. So Winter City Assassin says he said every time you leave out that ring, he said you leave a little bit of yourself. But it is a learning experience. Now, we're not just gonna shit on Mikael Rivera because he did fight. He didn't quit. And you could see, that he was just lost at a certain point in that he just didn't know what was happening to him. You know, he didn't know how to stop it, what I'm saying? And I think being on a big stage like that, once it started going against him, he was just like in his mind, he was like, what's happening? You know what I'm saying? And Frank was just turning up the heat on him, who really could have got his ass up out of there, if you ask me. He could have got his ass up out of there if we would have really put the pressure on him. But I think that shows something in Frank's game that he has to get together. He's going to have to get with because Derek, his philosophy is go get him. You know what I'm saying? Every time, Frank wants you. I mean, Derek wants you to go in there. and he wants you to press their ass out and knock their ass out. And he was apprehensive about doing it. I don't know if he felt something that Rivers hit him with, and he just didn't want to take the chance. But he was dominating in every aspect of the fight, so why not go for it? But Frank said he played it safe. William Old School says he said his body was drained and his body wouldn't do what he wanted to do. hmm Yeah, that's what he's saying. And he also talking about something about Red Bulls and shit, but we'll get further into it. He says Martin was stronger than, yeah, he was stronger than Rivera, who was surprised by that. Yeah, I agree. I mean, when they was tussling, it's almost like a grown man going against somebody who ain't got their man strength yet. And you saw the bigger man like reeling back. Frank pushed him back many times in the fight, and he was just super focused, and you could see his face. He was befuddled. He was like, "What's going on here? I'm the bigger man. How is this dude doing this to me?" And experience, brother. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, a lot of people don't think experience mean nothing, but it does. It's big. It's huge in the fight. Eric Peters TV says Renee Fax. He says the guy is being vulnerable, and people are killing him. He said he's just in a depression, speaking his doubts. He said, hell, he okay in a few weeks. Damn, he sure needs a better coach. Yeah, that's what I say. But I don't think what I'm saying, people are killing him. You know what I'm saying? The dude is just like you say, he's depressed. That's why I say fighters shouldn't do interviews, what I'm saying, once they're in this kind of state. What I'm saying? Like you say, wait a couple of weeks, he'll be fine and just come back, what I'm saying? Or just give a short answer, what I'm saying? Be like, yeah, man, he beat me. I just got a lot to learn. What I'm saying? That kind of thing. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to go on and on with it. He just caught I think the interviewer just kind of, he just caught him in a bad spot, you know. And men don't relish in this shit. We know motherfuckers get depressed, what I'm saying? But one thing you do have to acknowledge, what I'm saying, the man came out like he was Ali. You know what I'm saying? I mean, come on now. What I'm saying? You can't call yourself Ali, you know what I'm saying, and go out there and get Falumaloon. You know what I'm saying? That's all I'm saying. The shit is ironic. You know what I'm saying? I understand, what I'm saying, anybody could, be who they want to be. That'd be like me coming out like I'm Mike Tyson and going out there and getting knocked out in the first round and I ain't got no power on my punches. You know what I'm saying? I'm just get out there getting just Mike Tyson be looking at my ass like, nigga, you are not me. You know what I'm saying? You're not me. He chose the fighter that everybody look up to. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying, it's just it's just ironic, and I think he just misjudged it, where he was, and we see this in boxing time and time again. But I think Mike is going to be a better fighter. I think Mike Rivera is going to be. He's going to come back stronger. I think he's going to come back. I think he's going to come back and do some great things. I think he's going to upset some people too. I just think he got, like you say, I think he need another coach. But I think he's going to find his way if he don't. If he come out of this depression and just reassess what he did wrong in the fight. And I think he'll come out of that because I see his skill set. Cause I really thought it would have been a 50-50 closer fight from what I saw of him doing in the ring. So Eric Johnson said Bud knows um, EJ jab and body punching would nullify. He says Bud no, yeah, his punching would nullify his half step back counter punch. He said he knows his ass is kicked if he fights EJ. Yeah, and that's why I think uh he won't give Errol Spence a chance because of that. Because he knows that this dude, what I'm saying, is athletic. He knows he's tough. He could take a punch, and he don't want to see what's going to happen after. He smacks EJ with his best shot, and EJ just keep it coming. He saw that Danny Garcia fight. He saw Ugas hitting EJ and how EJ responded. You know what I'm saying? He saw that shit. Everybody saw that shit. EJ could take a punch, y'all. You know what I'm saying? You would have to knock his ass out for real, for real. And I don't think Terrence Crawford want to be in there after he gives him his best, and what I'm saying, he's still coming. You know what I'm saying? Do you know what that would do to the psyche of a fighter? To like really, give him your best shot and nothing you do can really stop him from coming at you. You know what I'm saying? That's a different kind of that's a different kind of energy, bro. This is Eric Peters TV says he's young, he's speaking these things like you can tell he don't have the right coach behind him. He said he don't even know what went wrong. He said Derek James watched the tape on this kid, took away his best attributes, and that's what isn't that what Derek said in that interview with Fight Hype or Fight Hub, whichever one it was. He said you take away. He said he don't look at what they do bad. He said Derek James says he look at what they do best. That way, whatever you go to, what you do best. You know what I'm saying? Oh, that you have that more in common with what you do wrong, right? So trying to land that right was a big part of his game, and they knew in that jab, working that jab was a big part of getting him going. So like on the chessboard, if you see somebody that play well with the queen, so what the first thing you do is you take that queen and see how they work with everything else. Or if you see somebody who's held with their knights, you go out there and you take those knights away and see how they could play, and try to break them down to the pawn. So you just start taking pieces, and you take away what they work with best. You know what I'm saying? Because they're very clever at on their front foot. So you make them fight on the back foot. You know what I'm saying? And that's why I think Terrence Crawford is trying to work on the inside, maybe trying to work on his inside game. Maybe he's trying to get it together to see, if he can fight EJ on the inside, which I doubt he can. Um, Same fight, different round says I think this loss going to make him better. I do too. I really do. I mean, on a real, I think this loss is what he needed. You know what I'm saying? Like like Floyd Mayweather lost in the Olympics, right? Or Roy Jones Jr. They lost in the Olympics. EJ lost in the Olympics. Look at him. Look at him today. You know what I'm saying? They the top of the damn division. Losses make you better because it takes you out of that mindset that you the best. It takes you out of that mindset. You know what I'm saying? And it breaks you down so you can start working on yourself. Go back to the drawing board. Get better. Work on your craft. Work on that jab. Work on that left hook. You know what I'm saying? Work on your timing. It's a lot of shit you got to work on in boxing, and it may still not work because of the style. So once you lose enough, you done seen enough of what's what you're susceptible to. You know what I'm saying? In a fight, right? So you start breaking it down. You say, "Damn, okay." What I'm saying, that left hook keep catching me. What I'm saying? So you got to work on your craft until you can take that left hook away. You know how to look at it. Now you get uppercut. It's so many different things you got to work on in there, and that's why this guy is upset because he worked on a lot of shit, and it didn't work for him. It didn't work for him. You know what I'm saying? Because he still got a lot to work on, and he came across Frank Martin, who's what I'm saying, who's a southpaw. You know what I'm saying, which he should have been looking into, and he couldn't deal with that southpaw stance and that southpaw angles. That Frank Martin was capitalizing on, turning them and hitting them, and I was like, damn. I was like, he was turning his ass, bro. And he was getting physical with him. You know what I'm saying? Using defensive responsibility as he turned them and busting his ass on the other side. And this was just working on Riviera Mind because he was totally mentally defeated. I'm gonna say by maybe the sixth or seventh round. You know what I'm saying? He came back in little spurts and stuff trying to bang on Frank, but Frank was just his distance, his range control was just too good that night. And he was shining like a star, bro. This was a statement fight for Frank Martin. You know what I'm saying? He put the 135 division on notice with this fight. But Shakur Stevenson said shit, he want that smoke. And that's why everybody loves Shakur Stevenson. Because no matter who breaks out the pack, what I'm saying, Shakur gonna be ready. He gonna be the first one to say something to him. Just like EJ said something to Boots, what I'm saying? He acknowledged him. What I'm saying? Hey, and he went to Boots' fight. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know why people be hating on EJ when he goes to your fights. He go look at you and what I'm saying, just like a champion's supposed to do. Champion's supposed to be checking out the competition. And what I'm saying? So I just don't understand why he gets that kind of flack. when he do what he's supposed to do. Say Renee Basham said, speaking of Bud, he said he posted on Twitter. He's looking forward to the future with BLK. He's gonna stick around with BLK. We knew that, didn't we know that he's gonna stick around with BLK with these low par comp fights? hmm That's exactly what it is. Exactly what he's gonna do. Film says double. He said double standards in boxing is crazy, Pool. That's because they're not real boxing fans, bro. You know what I'm saying? We got a lot of people who just in here like to argue and shit. They just like to agitate people. Because if you're a real boxing fan, you go with the people. You go with the fighters who want to smoke. The guys who are trying to make the fight. What did EJ say? He said he don't believe in no tune-ups. He said he don't believe in no tune-ups because that's not my pedigree. You know what I'm saying? He don't believe in. He said people be trying to pay for these fights. People want to see you fight the best. You know what I'm saying? And he think it's bullshit for you to have to go in there and fight a tune-up fight, right? You know what I'm saying? That's the kind of nigga you want to be behind right now. That's the kind of person. That's the kind of fighter that you'll pay your money to go see. That's why he's a star. No matter what nobody say. You know what I'm saying? That's what boxing is all about, right? We want to see a guy with that kind of attitude that don't want to take tune-ups even after a car crash. What we got Bud Crawford, he ain't been through shit. And he comes back and fight fucking David Avenesian, bro. You know what I'm saying? And they wondering why he's getting this backlash. See, even that in itself is bullshit. Because you know why he's getting the backlash. You even know why he's getting the backlash. What's going on, AJ 64? Let me see. Third Eye says, being scared to lose doesn't give you a warrior label. That's right. He said, we respect the risk. But that's what the assignment in boxing is. That's right. And don't get on no damn soapbox where, these people are not going to pay my bills, my hospital bills, or these where they're going to be if something happened. Bro, you signed up for boxing. You knew what it was. And then you went and got a belt. You went and got a belt, bro. So you had to know that all the top competition was going to come towards you, not for you to evade. You don't get a belt to evade the top competition, right? You get a belt to take on all challenges, bro. That's what being a champion is all about. And if you're not defending it, then you're not a champion. You're a title holder. And that's real. Y'all heard that from Pool Counter Boxing. If you just holding on to a belt and you're not defending it against top competition, bro, then you're just a belt holder, just like Ndongo was. That's why he don't get no credit for that nigga. What Ndongo's doing after Terrence Crawford beat him? Hell, everybody had to look up who the hell he was. I mean, we didn't think Ndongo was going to be around, right? He was just a belt holder. Boli says they know better. Famo. He said they know he's just coming with logic and critical thinking. Sounds like they think BLK gonna give him some leverage in negotiation. I don't think so. I don't think he wants to fight. I think he's just found a business venture that can make him some millions of dollars, and he don't have to really face the PBC. He don't have to kowtow down to the PBC standards. He can't really live up to the PBC standards by making sales, by being a successful pay-per-view event person. So when he go to the PBC, he has to humble himself because now they're going to pull up what is 15, 16,000 he made. I mean, I heard it was 5,000. Oh my God. Yeah, I forgot to talk about that. Oh my God, bro. From what I'm hearing, they did like somewhere like 5,000 pay-per-views, bro. You know what I'm saying? So he can't go to the PBC with that. You know what I'm saying? They're already looking at him like he's he's a detriment to the sales of the fight, right? So, but he wants this big guarantee, and PBC is telling him, "Hey, man, you're not worth it." And they're not trying to insult the man. What it is that they're looking at his pay-per-views. His highest pay-per-view was 135,000 pay-per-views. That ain't shit. When you're talking about a major network, they're trying to put on a major deal so they can get a return. They're not just trying to put money in your pocket because you know you got the WBO belt. And see, I think that's where there's the disconnect. You know, so he want money for what he's done in boxing. You know, so what he's done at 140. But see, he don't want to like really look at what he's worth as far as financially. And that's what all his fans seem to they all seem to just overlook that this man ain't selling shit. You know what I'm saying? People don't want to pay for the fight to go see him. Um, not like they do EJ, but I mean, if he went ahead and got humble, you know what I'm saying? Like Charlo say, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes you got to learn to be a challenger. You know what I'm saying? What you need to do is go to Al, sign the contract, be humble, shut up. You know what I'm saying? And you know what I'm saying? Just to learn to be a challenger sometime. EJ gonna make you some money, bro. He's the perfect he's the perfect cash cow, you know what I'm saying, to get your name up there. And if you beat him, guess what? You undisputed. You know what I'm saying? You the first undisputed, two-time undisputed champion, right? Why wouldn't you go for that? Right? Why would you make all these excuses and all this make up all this bullshit like, these people trying to screw you. You know what I'm saying? That shit just don't make no sense to me. But it does if you understand that this nigga don't want to fight. He don't want to ruin his record. He don't, even if he lost, he's gonna go to the Hall of Fame. So that shit don't make no that don't make no difference. hmm Even if he lost, he's going to the Hall of Fame. So it don't make no sense for him not to take the fight. So what EJ going to the Hall of Fame. So I mean all that talk is just bullshit, and that's why everybody's looking. Is it something else? Is it the jealousy? You know what I'm saying? Is it the hate that you're trying to stop this man's career? You hate that man that much that you don't want to see it. You don't want to get in the ring and test yourself against him. You just want to talk shit outside the ring and block him. That's like the most pussiest ass shit I've ever heard, bro. Let me see. The real Sticks team, Sticks production. He said we should support them. He said so. Don't discourage other fighters from trying. He said you have to try to fight people on your level to see what you actually have. He said props to Rivera, no doubt. Oh, no doubt. It's no hate. I mean, I love this fight, and I, I love this fight. I love to see young fighters, you know what I'm saying, go in there and test themselves. I thought it would have been more competitive, but hey, shout out to Riviera. If you're a real boxing fan, you don't see this as anything against Riviera. You know what I'm saying? All I'm saying is get you another outfit. That's all I'm saying. Get you a new outfit. Get you a new gimmick. You know what I'm saying? Because, Ali is sacred in boxing. You know what I'm saying? He's sacred, you know. And so, if I was to come out as a boxer as Jesus Christ, you know what I'm saying? I better fight my ass off. You know what I'm saying? If I come out saying I'm Jesus Christ, you know, I'm gonna have to do. I'm gonna have to win. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna have to win or turn water into wine or something. You know what I'm saying? I can't go out there and get Flumaloon. You know what I'm saying? So people gonna have something to say about it. That's all. But as Rivera as a young fighter, I think he's damn good. I, I think this loss is really gonna make him better. And look who he lost to. You know what I'm saying? So he lost to one of the best. So you give him a couple of years. Give him a couple of years. He'll be that dude. Yeah, me too. And he took the fight. And he took the fight. So you know what I'm saying? We don't see a lot of fighters, you know what I'm saying, in their building stage, you know what I'm saying, take these kind of fights. I bet you Keyshawn Davis wouldn't took this fight. You know what I'm saying? I bet you Keyshawn Davis wouldn't have took that fight. He'll talk a lot of shit about taking the fight. And he picked Riviera to win. He said Riviera had a higher boxing IQ than Frank Martin. But I don't know how much of that is just, you know what I'm saying, the PBC rivalry with top rank shit. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? But one thing for sure is that kid don't know what the hell he talking about. That kid don't know what the hell he talking about. He just trying to be seen with big fights. He just trying to, he's a troll. He says the real sticks team, six production says Crawford should be ashamed for what he has done. I know, what I'm saying. That's why he's getting so much smoke. He should be ashamed. You know what I'm saying? And it's all his own making, right? It's all his own. He knows. I mean, if you're a boxing purist and you've been watching boxing for years, you know it's nothing personal. But he's just trying to make it personal so people, be on his side. And I'm like, nobody thinking about that shit, bro. It's like when you start using, women ways and shit, trying to make yourself a victim. That's when I just write you off. You trying to make yourself a victim. Why they picking on Bud? Well, Bud, why they pick? He could go get money if he want to. Oh, yeah, that's something I came up with my nephew. Um, let's see. He says, Eric Johnson says, he says, EJ put out his new shirt and all Bud said was good one. Shaking my head. See, he responds to social media. He responds to everything EJ says. You know what I'm saying? Immediately. You know what I'm saying? But he ain't got nothing to say when after the fight, how you gonna fight Errol Spence Jr.? What did he say? You know what I'm saying? I gotta go back to the drawing board. I gotta go back, and that wasn't him 4 or 5 years ago. I mean, he was saying everything, whereas I'm looking for the big fish. So that shows you he's clout chasing. That's all I'm saying. It just shows you that this dude is smoking mirrors. Like EJ already told you that he's smoking mirrors, bro. They gave him the 60-40 deal for him to change his plans to clean up his side of the street. And what did his people say? Oh, that's bullshit. That was never on the table. So it don't matter what EJ do to show them that he want to fight. They're not going to acknowledge it. Just like when y'all remember when Deontay Wilder offered um, Anthony Joshua $50 million, and he was backed by the PBC. You know what I'm saying? Which is a major company, and they said that the money wasn't real, right? Terrence Crawford, you know what I'm saying? When he offered his money, he didn't give a name. He tried to do some shady shit. You know what I'm saying? So it was something going on there. Nobody, plus the PBC, it's not about allowing somebody else to come in and put money in their project. So the shit was just stupid. He's gonna stay loyal to Al Heyman. That's his company. That's the people who we do business with, Showtime. So why would people think that Terrence Crawford, who have never made a great business decision in his life, you know what I'm saying? How is he going to lead some kind of side deal or some kind of new negotiation? It's beyond me. And I think they know it's bullshit, but they just know they man looking stupid at him. So they got something. They're gonna always fall back on something dumb or just have some kind of talking point, and nobody really pays attention to that shit. He says the real Sticks team, Sticks Protect say he say he stuck. Say he stuck Frank. Oh, he stuck, and Frank was giving it to him. He said, but he never. Yeah, he said that's what I admire. Yeah, he was. I mean, and he had regained his composure at certain points in the fight. He regained his composure and he went hard. You know what I'm saying? But he just had to adjust to the moment. That's what I'm saying about that big fight experience, that big stage experience. You know what I'm saying? Because you're gonna go through different emotional ups and downs. Because he didn't know he was done early. I mean, there was a point in the time when Frank could have got him up out of there because he was lost. You know what I'm saying? He didn't know what the hell to do. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Rami Emily Jones, what's going on? He says, he said McHale looked like he was lost. Yeah, after after 3 rounds. He said he knew he wasn't going to win. Exactly. Exactly. But so he had to reconstitute he had to reconstitute himself. You know what I'm saying? And say, shit, I'm probably gonna lose this, but damn, I gotta try my best. But see, he was still struggling with it. He knew he was gonna lose. And that's hard when you know you got an opportunity here. Jay Cooley said, "I want Frank versus Keyshawn." Man, man, Keyshawn is another Terrence Crawford. I'm gonna tell y'all right there, right now. Just by the way, he talking too much, bro. He's doing too much talking. Yeah, he doing way too much talking, and I don't like that. I think he can fight. I do think he can fight. I like his fighting style. Um, but right now he's trying a little bit too hard. He doing a little bit too much. Wait till you get your skill set up, kid. You know what I'm saying, and get in there with somebody, and then we can stop believing it. You know what I'm saying, believing in you. Is a Greek before I said he got humbled. He said, but he fought. Yeah, he fought his heart out. Just wasn't the better man that night. He said Frank is the second best behind Tank right now, and that's the fight that Frank really won. That's the fight. That's the fight that their team is really They're working on. I guarantee you, they're working on a plan to get in there with Tank Davis. You know, EJ didn't even look like he was worried. You know what I'm saying, at that fight. He was so calm, cool, relaxed. You know what I'm saying? Usually a promoter will be on eggshells when a fighter in there. But EJ was even energy. He was like he already knew Frank had that. He must be seeing the training. So he must be knew he was prepared. Jay Cooley now says Keyshawn don't want don't want no issues. He said I only got 7 fights. Yeah, you remember when he said that shit, talk shit and then hide behind 7 fights. That shit is crazy to me, man. Keyshawn is like he's a little imp. He's uh Rami Emily Jones says he's a Frank with a mop up. Yeah, right now. I agree. He said the real 16-6 production says he said I thought the fight would have absolutely been closer, but I didn't give Rivera 1 round. I know, and he went down. You know what I'm saying? And he went down. That Holy Boy say, he said Rivera would need to work on his foot placement. He said, and he would be a lot better. He said that's how and why Frank watched him. You know what I'm saying? And he was just lost in Frank's athletic ability. And he was just lost at, what I'm saying, because he kept, nullifying that jab, and he just lost his place. You know what I'm saying? He didn't know what to do after that. He kept throwing that right hand, and that's all he knew to do. And Frank was just countering his ass. You know what I'm saying? With that pull counter, and he just kept getting whacked. You know what I'm saying? Every time he tried that shit, he was just getting whacked. He says, same fight, a different round. He said, I think Frank should fight Keyshawn because he's been running in his mouth. He said Spence really tried, really tired of Bud and his BS today. He says price is not tomorrow's price for Bud. That's true. You know what I'm saying? I think Tank, well, Tank tied up right now. And he probably, I don't know, Tank might retire on our ass before he get to fight somebody like a Frank Martin, because those guys came later. And Frank I mean, Tank is what? Him and Frank about the same age. Him and Frank is about the same age. I think Frank is 27, possibly 28 now. But I could see Tank like not fighting him because he said he just want to fight Frank Hector Garcia, um, you know, Ryan Garcia. Then he want to fight either one of Shakur or Devin Haney. So I don't see him fighting Frank Martin. Now, even though I think he did mention Frank Martin though. I think Calvin had brought it to him. I think I saw in an interview where he was mentioning that he might have to fight Tank. And let me see. Okay, so Renee Bashan says that he said that he also needs to work on using his height and reach. Yeah, exactly. He kept giving up his height and reach, and he's a big motherfucker. I was like, what is he doing? What is he doing? Man, Frank had some phenomenal footwork, bro. Placement. I mean, he was just amazing, bro. He looked like he could. He could compete with them dudes. Excuse me. He could compete with the best of them. Right now, I think Frank Martin is up there. I don't know where to place him, but he's right up there with Devin. He's right up there with Tank. He's right up there with Shakur. He's right up there with all of them. You know what I'm saying? And he's just been working on his shit quietly while everybody has been talking shit. But let's get into a little bit more of it.
I don't really know, man.
So, so
I,
one was 140.
I don't know. I don't know
You don't
what
know?
to do. I have to see what I will do good. I will take my time. You know, keep training, and I will see what I do wrong, what I do good. You know, that's it. That's the only. That was my opportunity for getting the top five, maybe. Or, you know, for Latinos, it's more harder than Americans to get right there. I have 24 and old. These guys have 12 and old, and it's more easy to get title shot than Latino have 30 and old. You know, I lost. I don't was expecting one of it comfortable when he lost. Then I really work hard. And I feel
Yeah, that's enough of that. You know what I'm saying? I'm feeling bad for my boy. You know, feeling bad for him, man. You know what I'm saying? Just sad, bro. But he'll be all right. He'll be all right. I mean, it's just bad to see a man when he down. You know what I'm saying? It's just bad to see when a man down like that, bro. I was like, damn. Trying to pick up the pieces. Pick up the pieces. This is a same fight, different round. Says Bill will have to fight his mandatory soon here, so he could keep hiding, hiding that BLK Prime can't harbor him, and safe keep Bud. That shit coming to an end, and all the ducky shit Bud doing. I just don't understand. I mean, I do. If you just take the mindset that this man is, say he's just trying to avoid the fight, or what I'm saying, it's like, oh God, bro. Every time I think about shit, I just get mad. I just get mad. This shit just pisses me off, bro. That this dude is doing this shit. It's like it gets me upset. Because I mean, think about all the fights we missed. We miss, Bud Crawford versus Keith Thurman. We miss Bud Crawford versus Danny Garcia. We miss Bud Crawford versus Udanis Ugas because he's so damn fucking chicken shit. You know what I'm saying? We missed all these fights. And then to see his fans coming here capping every fucking day about some damn bullshit just pisses me off. It pisses me off. Say, bro, you got to believe what your eyes see. Believe what your eyes see. What's going on, Yoda Wise Crush with the winning team? Y'all support and y'all subscribe to Yoda Wise Crush and the winning team. Yeah, he need a new trainer. He says Tremaine Smith says Frank should wait until Haney vacates the belts and fight for a belt only. He said then he can build his brand, control his destiny. hmm But who's going to give him a shot? Saying Devin got all the damn belts and he's tied up. Then say of course he can get a belt once he vacate and fight maybe Shakur, maybe fight Shakur for a vacant belt, and we already know which one Devin, I mean Shakur is going to fight for. It's going to be the WBO, right? Yeah, he do need a translator. You get lost in the sauce with him. But you can understand that you got to listen real close. You know what I'm saying? You got to listen real close. Yeah, I think he'll bounce back D-time. You know what I'm saying? It's hard to watch him after a while. It's just hard to take it all in because he just looked so defeated. You know, Conius Edwin says he says Bud don't need to go back to no drawing board. He says the contract is already there. He should have took that first deal. Manny Pacquiao wanted 40 million, but he signed with the PBC and got over 100 million. You know what I'm saying? But This dude done let some really great opportunities go by him. You know what I'm saying? In the sake of all kind of ghetto bullshit. You know what I'm saying? He just did it like that, man. There's no excuses. To me, you know what I'm saying? The dude is just trash. And I know, I said it. I said it on Pool Counter Boxing. You know what I'm saying? The dude's just trash, bro. If you had this kind of mentality as a WBO champion, you have no pride. You know what I'm saying? It's time for you to get your signature fight in. And you look at that knowing knowing that boxing fans is waiting to see what you gonna do. And you motherfucking go to some shitty app and you go fight some subpar competition. You everything we thought you was. You know what I'm saying? What's going on, D Town? What's happening, bro?
What's going on?
Chilling. And said great videos over there, boy. You kicking it, you burning up over there, boy. You hot. Mhm.
Hey, them boys be mad at me, man. I keep telling them if you can get on the internet and lie, it's our job to get on the internet and tell the truth.
Mhm.
I'm not gonna
Mhm.
allow people just to sit there and listen to no lies like we've been listening to for years, and now we want to fight back, and now they crying.
Mhm.
I mean, ain't nobody lying on Crawfish Crawford, Mr. Duck Dynasty. We not lying on him. We actually telling the truth, and they want us to cover our eyes and just allow him to do what he do. If he didn't have that WBO belt, we wouldn't be talking about it.
Mhm. I said the same thing, D Town. I said the same thing. Why do they think people are talking to his name is connected with EJ for a reason?
Exactly.
Who EJ said? What did EJ say, D Town? What did he say he was gonna
He said, I'm coming for that belt.
do? he said, I'm gonna clean up my side of the street. He said, and then I'm gonna come back and see you. And y'all don't act like y'all see what this business shit is like with Bud. You know what I'm saying? Everybody can make the fight. You know what I'm saying? Except for the PBC fighters, right? He could make a fight. He made a fight with 2 days. In 2 days, he made a fight with David Avanesian. Come on now, and he can't make a fight for the biggest, most prestigious fight of his career. Are you kidding me? And then 2 years ago, or with the Manny Pacquiao fight, he didn't make that. You know what I'm saying? Any fight where it's the competition is better or has any kind of talent, he's not making that fight. Y'all need to see this. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? Don't lie to yourself.
yeah. And the sad part about it, David Avanesia had an opponent, and he pulled that man from his opponent to fight him when you had number one, number two, number three, number four, number five, number six contenders ready to fight you. So why did you stop this man from fighting the opponent that he already had lined up to skip over all these guys to fight this guy? That don't make any sense. I mean, if you're supposed to be the pound for pound fighter, then why are you fighting people who you should have fought back early in your career?
Exactly.
So you mean to tell me that you're going backwards instead of forward? If you don't want to be named as a pound for pound fighter or elite fighter, well, go back down to 140 or 135 where you could be the A side. Because at 147, you ain't the A side. Earl Spencer's the A side. And I keep telling people, I don't really think it's about the money, because if it was, he would be fighting David Avanesia if he want money, especially when he was saying that he was getting paid $10 million. Now, according to what the online said, that he was getting paid $1 to $2 million. Now, people say, well, why are you watching this man pocket? I'm not watching his pocket. He came online and said that he was getting paid $10 million. He the one told Brian Custer or agreed with Brian Custer when he said he was making $10 million. And if it comes out that he's not, then our job is to say that he didn't get paid $10 million. He came online and said that. We're not just in that deep pocket just to be in his pocket. He had no business talking about it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. But isn't it crazy how they try to twist it and spin the narrative? You know what I'm saying? They try to make it about these little battles of nothing. That blood hate. Now they even got fucking blue blood talking about blood hate. You know what I'm saying? It's like, bro, come on, man. You know better than that. Can we do better than this, bro? It's just about the competition. Oh, people hate themselves, self-hate. I'm like, bro, man, I just holding my head like, okay, what I'm saying? If
Do,
y'all want to play it like that, then we just have to go straight with the facts, bro. And
do
say
you watch?
screw up. Go ahead.
Do you watch Manager Marty?
Mm-hmm. I sure
And,
do.
and he hit me up in my email and told me that he wanted me and him to go live and do some stuff together and stuff. So I told him, dude, I'd do it with him. But like I said, me personally, only problem I have with Blue Blood is that he changing his stance now on his social media platform about Crawford. Now, if he want to make money off of Crawford, I have no problem with that. Make your money because Crawford was looking for a escape route anyway, even if he took it with
Mm-hmm.
Prime, BLK, or somebody else. So I don't have no problem with Blue Blood making that money off of Crawford. My problem is on your platform, you switching it up because Manager Marty put a video together showing that a while back, not even a while back, maybe 6 months or maybe 4 months, where he was telling people who was calling him a hater about Terrence Crawford. He said, how can I be a hater or in my feelings when I'm actually telling you the truth and the facts about Terrence Crawford? But now when we doing the same thing about Terrence Crawford, now we are in our feelings and we self-hate. But he said he wasn't self-hate when he was talking about Terrence Crawford before he started dealing with Terrence Crawford.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. Checkmate. Checkmate.
He
You
got
know?
video showing that Blue Blood actually said this on the video, saying that how can I be a hater if I'm telling the truth about Terrence Crawford? How can I be a hater if he's pricing himself out against Earl Spence? How can I be a hater if he's showing symptoms of ducking Earl Spence? But now, since he's dealing with Terrence Crawford, now he done reversed everything he said. That's the only problem I have with Blue Blood.
Right. That's the only problem anybody has with blue blood. You know what I'm saying? I don't know why. When did black people stop becoming professional victims? You know what I'm saying? When did we stop? That shit is so played. That playbook is so played out, bro, and so obvious. It's not like it's some kind of sublime shit that you can get past people. You know what I'm saying? We don't play the victim. We men. You know what I'm saying? We
Yeah.
men. We don't play the victim. We it is what it is. If you don't want to fight, say you don't want to fight. Say, hey, I'm at a time in my career where I'm not at my best now. I'm 35, pushing 36, whatever it may be. But just be honest. Don't be saying, L. Spence Jr. I'm the best. Just admit it and all this kind of old weird ass shit, bro. This is real boxing, bro. We see you. We looking right at you, bro. You did not you cannot say that you signed everything and then go fight another nigga. It just don't work like that. It
And
don't
Earl
work
Spence,
like that.
Earl Spence came out and said it. You remember when he said it to Brian Custer the night of the fight, December, with the fight between Frank Martin and Michael Rivera? He was up there saying that Terrence Crawford did not do everything he was supposed to do. If he did, why the fight didn't happen? But for some reason, the fights are easy to make when it's against opponents he could beat. But when it comes down to opponents that actually could beat him or have a chance to beat him, then for some reason he can't make those deals. Like he was trying to give Sean Porter $1 million when Sean Porter was trying to fight him, and Sean Porter said, "I make more than $1 million fighting these lower level competitions. So why are you giving me $1 million and they had to go to purse bid for him to get $4 million?" So he tried to chump Sean Porter. He didn't want to fight Danny Garcia or Keith Thurman. He said they priced themselves out, but for some reason, people coming in the comments saying, well, not here, but in my comments saying that they were trying to give Terrence Crawford a lowball offer. First of all, Terrence Crawford never told y'all how much they would go give him. Second of all, he's the B side. He's supposed to take the lower end.
Right. And I've been saying this till I'm blue in my face. I was happy to see you pop up. I was listening to you and what's that other guy, Boss Hall, Low, whatever he calls it. They be spitting number of facts. You know what I'm saying? I say, man, how they just ignore all that shit, bro. And that's how I know it's bullshit because they're not looking at what's actually happening. So they told Bud to get a belt. Now he been pursuing them for 5. I'm like, bro, if y'all don't stop, y'all don't stop, bro, get out of here. I just kick him out of my comment section.
But
You know?
the point is they don't even do math, no add, no subtracting, nothing. They've been saying this stuff for 2 years, talking about that Crawford been calling out Earl Spence for 4 or 5 years. They've been saying it for 2 years. So if you count back 2 years, it's 2020. Count back from 2020 back 4 or 5 years and see what it lands you. Crawford moved up to 147 at the end of the December 2007
2008.
to the beginning of 2018 when he tried to fight
Uh-huh.
Jeff Horn. So if you count back 2 years from 2020, that leaves you 2018. So where's the other 2 years or 3 years? That don't make no sense. They asked him about Earl Spence. Back then, he said Earl Spence is not the man. So when was Earl Spence was ever the man? Because Crawford said that to be the man, you have to beat the man. So when was Earl Spence ever the man in Crawford's eyes? And right today, he's still not the man in Crawford's eyes because Crawford said he had to beat him before he become the man. So what is they talking about?
They
Hey,
ain't talking about nothing. Go ahead, Master Khalid. I see you
hey,
down there, bro. What's up?
yeah, hey, peace to you, OG Poor, man. Hey, D Town, man. I just got up on your videos, man. I'll be rocking with you, bro. I'm about to subscribe as soon as I get off of here. But you just said something real important. And it proves Terrence Crawford's contradictions. The dude said to beat a man, you got to beat the man. Now
That's
when
right.
he was just in his interview with K Abdo, he said that you ain't the man unless you're the lineal champion, right? So then
Mm-hmm.
he called Keith Thurman the man when he was coming to 147. He said Keith Thurman was the man. But to my recollection, Keith Thurman wasn't the lineal champion.
That's
So,
right.
you know, all this just points back to this dude's contradictions, man. The guy's a fraud.
Mm-hmm.
He don't want to fight. And you was right, D Town. Every time it comes to this guy making a big fight, it never happened. A 50-50 fight, it never happened. It only happens easy when it's somebody he know he can beat. You know what I'm
That's
saying?
right.
Terrence Crawford is a complete fraud, and anybody that's rocking with him, y'all crazy. And then Errol just exposed that guy lies. They asked him, Brian Custer told him, yo, Terrence said he did everything he could to make the fight. Errol said, God damn it. You know what I'm saying? But you could tell he really wanted to go in, but he know he can't because Terrence Crawford is a real fragile dude. So he got to be
Mm-hmm.
careful what he say about this duck because he know the guy is real fragile. So he tried to keep it as easy as he can, but he exposed him when he said, man, if he did everything he could, man, the fight would have happened. And that's just plain like how can Terrence Crawford come out his mouth and say he did everything he could to make the fight, but the fight didn't happen? Like how did you do everything? They sent you contracts that you claim you agreed to, but you wouldn't sign them.
Well, it's just like the Manny Pacquiao deal, right? Manny Pacquiao, everything was in place, but the fight didn't happen. What happened, bro? You didn't sprain an ankle. You didn't hurt your hand on the handbag. No, you just didn't do it.
Well,
And that's
Bomac told us what happened. Bomac said he told him not to sign the fucking contract. I told him not to sign the fucking contract. You know, chewing. He always chewing on some shit.
yeah, we know what happened, but it's the same thing. It's like it's nothing stopping you from getting in the ring, but what? It wasn't no disagreement. You know, they talking about the money wasn't right. I'm like, bro.
No,
I
no,
mean,
no, no, Paul. They didn't say the money wasn't right. He said the money wasn't there. See, we
That's what
gotta look. We gotta look at we gotta take their words. We gotta take their words and look at them very close. He said the money wasn't there, which means they wanted all their money up front. These guys are horrible businessmen, and they ducks, man. Like they clout. Like he clout chased Manny Pacquiao for 6 years. Clout chased that man for 6 years. When the
6 years.
fight came, he didn't take it. What type
That's
of
what. That's
are
my
you
whole
serious?
point. That's my whole point. You know, with them saying like the money, they could say anything they want to in the end if they don't sign the contract. Is my point. It don't matter what they say. You know what I'm saying? All they know is they're not going to take the damn fight. And that's what they're going to do in this situation. It didn't matter back then why they didn't take the fight because the fight didn't happen. Right? I don't care if Bomac told him not to take it. I don't care if a dog came to him in a dream and told him don't take it. He didn't take the damn fight. A fight he'd been pursuing for 7 years. That's a pattern.
That's a
That's
pattern. That's a pattern of behavior. This man, listen, he misbehaves every time it comes for a big fight. He always misbehaves. And then,
mm-hmm.
and okay, y'all want y'all money up front. Okay, let's do this. Let's start saying, yo, give me 8 million up front, and don't worry about the back end. But you know what he gonna do? If they say, okay, we gonna give you this up front, but you get no back end, you know what he gonna do? Oh, they trying to fuck me. But you don't
Mm-hmm.
believe in back ends. Like this guy is such a big fraud. And then when his cousin was on Champ's side, I was driving my truck. I wanted to call in so bad.
Yeah,
His
yeah.
cousin was capping so goddamn hard. It was ridiculous. Like I was typing Champside. I'm like, Champside, don't let him get away with this cap. And Champside cut it to him a little bit, but Champside gotta be
No, he
neutral.
knew
You
he
know what
knew
I'm
that was a
saying?
viral moment. He knew that was a viral moment.
Yeah,
He had to keep it going. You know what I'm
yeah.
saying? He couldn't run him off. You know what I'm saying? Champ's that smart now. He was gonna get something out of that. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
But
Champside smart as hell.
that's right. He knew he had to keep that going because he had a capper online and shit who gonna take it there. But why is it so personal? Why does they come off so personal on the people around him, his friends, his family? Why is it so personal when everybody just want to see a fight? I mean, they make it like it's something different than that. They make it seem like they getting into the ring with EJ, or they act like they act like they the ones gonna get in there and beat EJ ass or
Yeah.
something, and
And
they act
then
like
and then Paul, I seen another post that one of the Bud channels put up today. I actually think the dude from Dallas. So Earl must have did something personal to him because he hate Earl with a passion. But I seen a post from the guy. I ain't gonna say his name on your channel, or whatever. But I seen a post from the guy, and he had a picture of Earl up doing an interview last night with Brian Custer. And he didn't even like he talking about he about to eat Earl up, but he didn't mention nothing about the conversation. He said Earl was fat. And I'm like, this is what y'all guys looking at. Like, when have Earl ever missed weight? Like, why are you concerned about how this man look? This man just tried to make the fight with Bud, but he called Errol a fraud because he think Errol was fat. Like, this is the shit that we dealing with. But he
the
wouldn't
fuck?
speak about what Errol said. He did not speak about Errol exposing that duck as a lion duck. Like my brother Real Marlo say. This is a dishonest duck.
And see,
Man.
people think, it's more than just EJ and Crawford. See, they changing the culture of boxing with this bullshit. Nobody wants this bullshit in boxing or around boxing. You know what I'm saying? If you're a champion, man, you got to make the fight, bro. You got to make the fight happen. You can't do these triple G shits. You can't do what Canelo's doing. You know what I'm saying? Using the politics of boxing to get around and call yourself a champion. That made me so angry, bro. It
Yeah.
makes me real angry when you're able to skip the dudes that could beat you. You know what I'm saying? You're a fraud. You know what I'm saying?
And can
Plain and
I
simple.
let
Go
me
ahead.
ask you, and D Town this, and I want D Town and you to respond to this. What do y'all think? This is what I think. When Earl said he's gonna fight April, May, or June, I think he's not about to take no fight. He's gonna give Terrence Crawford time to fight him. I think he is just gonna sit out and wait
Mm-hmm.
on the duck. I don't think he's taking no fight with nobody. I think he's about to sit out and wait for the duck. What y'all think?
That's exactly what I think. Exactly.
That's right. Because he's focused, man. He really let me tell y'all something. EJ wants to beat shit out of Bud Crawford. Let me tell y'all something. He wants to beat Bud Crawford. I mean, he wants to beat him bad. And he could taste it. And I think Bud understands that. He's trying to use that. He's probably gonna try to do some Sugar Ray Leonard shit, you know what I'm saying, and try to act like, you know what I'm saying, when Sugar Ray Leonard retired
Yeah,
what's his
Hagler,
name, Marvin
Hagler.
Hagler invited him down and he had a damn tux on and thought he was gonna announce their fight. And he looked at Marvin Hagler and say, that fight would never happen because I'm going to retire. Boy, Marvin never forgave him for that. He
And he
never
shouldn't.
forgave Sugar Ray.
He
He
shouldn't.
never forgave Sugar Ray for doing that. And I sense the same kind of animosity, the same kind of animosity coming from Bud. You know what I'm saying? That he would do something like that, like Sugar Ray Leonard did to Marvin Hagler. But they end up fighting. But it was just a shame that they had this kind of energy between them. And I think EJ really wants to beat the shit out of Bud Crawford. I think he don't want to move. I think he's got him in a vice grip, and I think he want to keep him right there until he can show the world that he don't want to fight him. You know
And
what I'm saying?
this another thing, Paul. D Town just touched on this. This another thing. They've been claiming all these little Budites. They've been claiming that this dude has been calling for this man for 5 years, right? Now we gotta
Hmm.
be realistic. 3 of those years, Errol Spence was hurt. He wasn't fighting for 3 of those so-called 5 years, which is a lie because he wasn't. It's a complete lie. He wasn't. But Errol was he was out of the ring for 3 of those years, due to 2 different injuries, right? Um, when he came back after the car accident, Terrence Crawford said, "Oh, I don't want to fight him right now because I ain't gonna get my credit or whatever." And then just last year, just a year ago, Terrence Crawford called Errol Spence out after he beat Sean Porter. He called Errol Spence out. Now all of a sudden, he won't say the man name.
Mm-hmm.
What you think about that, D-Town?
I think he all cap like usual. That man is afraid of Earl Spence, and you can look at it 2 different ways. He could be afraid to step in the ring with him, or he could be afraid to lose his O, because he know once he loses O, nobody wants him right now. No promoter want to hire this dude. He actually had to run to BLK just to get some kind of traction. But Earl Spence was going to allow him to piggyback off of them. So my deal is he clout chasing. He not trying to do nothing. Just like the one of the videos I just did a few minutes ago where Earl Spence said that Crawford is not fit to fight Jermell Charlo. He said that I'll fight Jermell Charlo before he will. He said it ain't gonna happen. He said Crawford is all cap.
Yeah, I gotta look. I gotta look at that video, man. But he is all cap. D-Town. Listen, Terrence Crawford Terrence Crawford don't have no plans on fighting Jermell. He just saying that he's not gonna
We
fight
know.
no damn Jermell.
We know.
And it ain't about he can't fight him because PBC ain't gonna let him. Terrence Crawford would never pursue Jermell Charlo. He's talking shit. That's all he all mouth, bro. That dude is he's a fraud. Like how people can't see that, it baffles me.
I think they do. I think they do. I just think, some boxing fans are they emotionally connected, and it's kind of like, like if you just like somebody, you just gonna roll with them no matter what they do. Some dudes are built like that. But if you love the sport more than you love a fighter, then you're gonna make sure you hold that fighter accountable to what you believe in, right? In the sport, right? So you're not gonna follow up Bud Crawford if he not trying to fight the best. I can't celebrate a fight with David Avenesian if I'm a Crawford fan. I'm looking at Crawford like, bro, what you doing, bro? How you going? It's no way. We've been saying they've been saying Bud was a duck since he fought another goddamn champion in Udanis Ugas. They were saying he was ducking Crawford then. That didn't make no sense.
They wanted to boycott that, but they celebrate David Avenesian. They wanted to boycott a 3-belt unification, but they celebrate him leaving undisputed to fight David Avenesian.
Well, I'm gonna tell you this: 5,000 pay-per-views ain't gonna hurt Earl Spence Jr. But like 5,000 pay-per-views ain't gonna hurt Earl Spence Jr. So he lost 5,000 pay-per-views that day. You know what I'm saying, against Udanis Ugas. That's all it was.
It could have been 50,000, and it's still a flop. You still don't have. It could have been 50,000. You still don't have no skin in the game, man. This is the most ridiculous shit I ever seen in my life, man.
I know, bro.
You know what? Earl Spence could have fought Ocampo on pay-per-view and done way more than that.
Yep,
that's true.
50,000 for Ocampo, because a lot of people understand Ocampo. That dude was trying to get Earl Spence that work. Just before he got knocked out, that dude was going to Earl Spence's body, and you see what he
was.
At 154, he went the distance with Sebastian, who Sebastian beat up. What's the guy?
Erickson Lubin.
Yeah, he went on like a 6-fight winning, now 8 fights he won like in a row,
or something like that.
So yeah, he went on a tangent, bro. That dude could fight.
Yeah,
what I'm saying? I went to that fight. You know what I'm saying? And it was amazing, bro. I mean, it was packed. You know what I'm saying? So EJ is a star. You know what I'm saying? They try not to make him a star, but bro, I mean, just because you say something don't mean that's true. You know what I'm saying? No matter how many times you say it, you can set up a page and whatever. You know what I'm saying? I'll never know it because I never go to them damn shits. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? I'll never know it, but they can say whatever they want to say. I mean, but how you gonna put down a man who's actually fighting the fights, actually going out and fighting the best? You can't say nothing against that man. So what you gonna say? You're gonna call him gay? You're gonna call him, you're gonna pull up his personal videos on these different channels and say he's this and that. Watching him have fun, you're gonna go into his personal life. You know what I'm saying? That's why you can't stand these dudes out here. You know what I'm
Hey,
saying? Because they're not.
can we say this, Paul? That Mikey Garcia, a 4 division champion, undisputed, a pound for pound fighter that Earl Spence destroyed. He is bigger than anybody Terrence Crawford got on his record. Mikey Garcia.
I did a video on that. I did a video on that saying that Mikey Garcia is better than 99% of the people that he fought. Only person I can say is probably better or somewhere close to Mikey Garcia was Sean Porter, before he retired. But
Right.
other, Sean Porter wasn't a pound for pound. But people got to understand, they were saying that Mikey Garcia was going to outbox Earl Spence. You know what I'm saying? So Crawford don't have no pound for pound on his resume. You know what I'm saying? Nobody even close to Mikey Garcia besides Sean Porter. So I'm not understanding how you go down Mikey Garcia. Then you might go down everybody that Crawford got on his resume.
Well, let me tell you this.
They tried to down Mikey Garcia, talking about he moved up from he moved up 2 weight classes or whatever. Like the man was.
He was at 140. He was at 140.
He moved from 140. He was a champion at 140, 2-belt champion at 140. All right, but they want to discredit that, but they give him all the credit for Gamboa. Come on, man.
Yeah, man, you can't make this shit up, bro. It's like no linear logic thinking, right? It's all emotion. It's all about hatred for EJ, and I don't understand how can you build up that kind of hate towards a man that's doing everything right. You know what I'm saying? This man,
You see that every day in the hood, though, OG. You see that every day, man. Like some people just hate people. You know what I'm saying? And then they've been running with this narrative. Like I told you the other night, OG, they not protecting Terrence Crawford. They protecting their narrative that they've been running with. You know what I'm saying? And that goes to show you, like I just said earlier, the dude just made a video. He made a post talking about Earl's weight, right? He didn't speak about, he talked about he about to do a video about Earl's weight. He's not speaking about what Earl said in that interview about Terrence Crawford being a fucking liar. You know what I'm saying? This dude is a liar. Oh man, go ahead, OG.
man, it's just trash, bro. It's just trash. People they don't, some of these dudes don't even know nothing about boxing. They just making money off the hatred. You know what I'm saying? They making money off the hate, EJ hate. That's all they know is that people, if you don't like, if somebody likes somebody, there's a way to make money on the other side. That hate that side. So they jumping in on that, building up their channels and trying to make money off it. So it's a hustle too. You know what I'm saying?
What happened when Earl Spence defeat that dude? What happened to their channel then? What happened to their whole charade then? See, they holding on it right now because Crawford is ducking Earl Spence. But that's why I was telling people, if Crawford really wanted to fight the champions at 147, when he moved up from 140, he was able to fight him because he was undisputed at 140. He could have went out for any one of those belts. But for some reason, they keep saying that, only the WBO belt will allow you to go up and fight another champ. That's a lie. Because I did a video showing that Floyd Money Mayweather did it twice for the WBC belt. And then you had Roy Jones Jr., he did it coming from light heavyweight to heavyweight without having the WBO belt. So the other belts will allow you to do the same thing to fight. So he was able to fight Danny Garcia when he moved up to 147 for the vacant WBC belt, or he could have fought Keith Thurman for the WBA belt, or he could have fought Earl Spence for the IBF belt. You know what I'm saying? Instead of fighting easy Jeff Horn for the WBO belt. But people don't realize that Jeff Horn signed a 2 or 3 fight deal with Bob Arum when he fought Manny Pacquiao. So that belt wasn't going nowhere. So if he thought he could whoop the other champions, he did better off if he was smart enough to go fight another guy, beat them, then come back and fight Jeff Horn. He could have had 2 belts, but he didn't believe in his skills and his ability to go fight those other champions. That's why he went the easy route to fight Jeff Horn, like Bomac said that they took the easy route. But when said it, then they saying that he took the easy route. But how is fighting for belts is easier than fighting lower level competition without no belts is easy?
Not only that, D-Town, but Canelo in recent history, Canelo just moved up to fight Bivol for the WBA. So that WBO shit, you can miss me with that WBO shit.
But see, he knew he had to get to Jeff Horn before he got beat. He knew before EJ beat him, before it got into the hands of a PBC fighter. And he knew that Bob wasn't going to allow that to happen too. So that's why he left 140 so early, because he could have fought Lipinets down at 140 under the IBF. You know what I'm saying? He could have fought Regis Prograde. You know what I'm saying? But he didn't think he might have got beat by Regis Prograde. He might have got beat by Lipinets. You know, so I think he would have beat Lipinets, but it's still Lipinets back then. He was on another level,
How about
right?
Adrian?
Yeah, AB. You know what I'm saying? I mean, so you know what I mean? This dude always avoided the top competition. See, what's his name was a belt holder. What's the guy he fought? Ndongo. Ndongo was a belt holder, bro. He's a dude who ended up with the belt. There's a difference between a champion who could defend the belt. Once you defend the belt, you become a champion, not just winning the belt, right? And then you got to fight great fighters, right? So that's why you see a lot of these guys who end up getting belts getting beat. You know what I'm saying? Or they have to end up giving up that belt because they can't protect the belt. You know what I'm saying? That's why when motherfuckers get undisputed, they drop the belts and move up. But you see Jamel Charlos, he's staying at 154 to defend the belts. That's a champion, right? When EJ wins, if he moves up, it's going to be because he can't stay at the weight. You know what I'm saying? We saw Marlon Hagler stay there and defend his belts, you know what I'm saying, in his weight class. You know what I'm saying? He fought at one weight class. So it could be done. But he had so much great competition in that weight class. So he defended it against Hearns and Sugar Ray Leonard. He defended his belts, right? So you could be a champion. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you could be a champion, you know what I'm saying? As long as you fight the best fights in your fighters in your competition. Don't drop the belts when good competition come along, bro. You know what I'm saying? That's how we know this man is a fraud. Every time the great competition came, he went an easy route. He saw an opportunity to get from up under that shit and go up and find the easiest competition. He didn't fight after he fought Jeff Horn. He fought what? Green Beans. He fought Jose Benavidez. These dudes are generic welterweights. These are generic. The top of the divisions back then was Keith Thurman, Danny Garcia, and Ugas. And they knew that. So why are you going to fight generic dudes when you need to be over there fighting the best? And we saw what he did. He went right back to damn top rank, you know what I'm saying, where he was safe, you know what I'm saying? So he could stay out of that fray that was on over there at the PBC. And he tried to stay away from the PBC, and he did that shit for years. So now that he's a free agent, what makes you think he's gonna go to the BBC and make a fight? That
He
shit
said,
don't make no sense.
he said that Keith Thurman were pricing himself out, but Keith Thurman had a belt. So how did you give Americana all that amount of money when he didn't have a belt and been knocked out so many times, but Keith Thurman were pricing himself out?
Because he was lesser competition. He had a glass jaw, and they knew he was paid to lose. He was picked to lose, just like David Avanesian. He was picked to lose, right? That's how they do it. You know
But
what I'm saying?
he could have gave him $4 million instead of giving the dude $7 or $8 million.
Yeah, yeah, but they knew he knew he could beat. He had confidence that he could beat Amir Khan. Amir Khan, like you said, he had been knocked out what 4 or 5 times, and he knew at some point in the fight he was gonna make a mistake, and he was gonna be able to land that punch and get him up out of there. We see
But
it time and
what I'm
hmm?
saying is, why did they give that dude that amount of money? Khan did not have a belt. He was just a
Right.
man. So why did you
Um,
give him that amount of money to fight him when you could have gave Khan $2 or $3 or $4 million for just to lose, not 6 or 7 or 8?
well, they was trying to capitalize on that British shit. They thought that going to Britain was going to be a big fight. They thought they could capitalize on American versus, saying the Brit thing, and they thought it was going to sell. And when it flopped, that's when Bob Arum really was done with Terrence Crawford ass. After that fight right there, that's when that shit flopped. He said he didn't do no promotion. He didn't do nothing for that fight but show up and fight. He said, "This dude here, I'm done. I could build a house in Beverly Hills and without the money that I lost on Terrence Crawford." And after that fight right there, that's when Bob was really done with Terrence Crawford. You know what I'm saying? So they saw that he wasn't going to be a star. They saw he wasn't going to be able to do the promos and do all the work that it takes. You know what I'm saying? Bob, that's that one fight where Bob realized this dude wasn't going to produce anything.
I, wa-
What's going?
I want to ask you a question. When Manny Pacquiao was supposed to have a rematch with Jeff Horn, but evidently he had some dealings to do in the Philippines. So if Manny Pacquiao would have took that rematch, what do you think Crawford would have did?
Oh, say that again. I'm sorry. Say that again, bro.
When Crawford was at 140,
Uh
and you
huh.
remember when Manny Pacquiao lost to Jeff Horn, he was supposed to have a rematch with Jeff Horn, but he didn't because of the dealings that he had in the Philippines. So he didn't take
Okay.
that. So my question is, if Manny Pacquiao would have took that rematch with Jeff Horn, what do you think Crawford would have done?
He would have stayed at 140. He would have had to fight Lipinets. He would have had to fight Lipinets because that was his mandatory, who was pressing hard for that shit. And he would have had to fight him, or he would have had to see Regis. You know what I'm saying? Or he would have had to see AB. He would have had to stay down there and prove himself. You know what I'm saying? Because Manny Pacquiao would have won that rematch. He would have won that rematch. You know what I'm saying? Back then, he would have beat Jeff Horn because he had. I think he dropped Jeff Horn in the first fight. I think he dropped him in that fight. But they gave it to him anyway. You know what I'm saying? I thought Manny Pacquiao won that fight, so you know he would have came in there, made adjustments, and beat shit out of Jeff Horn in the second one, and then that would have closed all the options for Bud Crawford because he would definitely wasn't going for the WBA. He definitely wasn't going to move up and fight none of them dudes, so he would have had to stay his ass down at 140 and defend them belts. You know what I'm saying? Or he would have let go the IBF. He would have let go the IBF so he don't have to fight Lipinets. Or he would have dropped. He probably would have. I think he got some background.
I got you.
Hmm. Yeah, I think he would have dropped the IBF so he wouldn't have to fight Lipinets. That's the kind of pussy ass shit they do. You know what I'm saying?
Pussy
They
punk
drop.
ass shit.
Yeah, that's what they do. You know, he would have dropped that IBF. Any fight he didn't want to fight, he would have dropped that shit. Just like Taylor doing. You know what I'm saying? He dropped the belts that had the most dangerous motherfuckers in it. You know what I'm saying? I think that's what he did. He would have done. He would have stayed there and he would have dropped the belts that were necessary and fought the weakest link. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's what he would have done. And I think Manny Pacquiao would have won that rematch, and he wouldn't have had no way to go. You
Well,
know,
Pacquiao won the first fight. They robbed the shit out of his ass.
that's what I was saying.
If I'm not mistaken, didn't Jeff Horn leave that bitch on the stretcher?
Say what not? Oh, he said, did he leave out on the stretcher?
Yeah, I thought he left on the
I don't
stretcher.
remember.
Yeah,
I don't remember.
I think Jeff Horn left on the stretcher. He was fucked up.
Yeah, but Bob was looking for a reason to screw Manny over. He didn't want him leaving top rank with that belt. So everybody knew what it was when they had made him go over there to Australia. So it was a perfect setup. It was the perfect setup for Manny, and Manny should have saw that coming. You know what I'm saying? But
Same thing with Manny Pacquiao. I mean, Bob Arum wanted Terrence Crawford to fight the guy coming up from 140 to 147. What's his name? You just said a few minutes
Josh
ago.
Taylor. Josh Taylor.
Wanted him to fight him because Crawford was fixing to leave him.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So I mean, we see the plan. It's just that he's trying to buck everybody on all sides, and he don't want to get exposed. I think he got a lot of pride. I think he really don't want Spence to get undisputed on his back. You know what I'm saying? Not only will he lose, but the man will be making history, and I don't see Terrence Crawford allowing that to happen, giving him the satisfaction of celebrating. You know what I'm saying? Undisputed first full belt champion. I mean, first champion in a full belt era on his back, on his time. He can't allow that shit to happen as a hater, as a supreme hater. He
As a
cannot allow that to
supreme
happen.
hater. That's right, OG. Supreme hater.
Right. He can't. I don't see him doing it, bro. You know what I'm saying? Because EJ could now. Would you imagine he putting the full belts? Because after Kell Brooks said he was going to put them brownies on Errol Spence Jr., he went to eating brownies. All he did was pull up a video where he was eating brownies and shit. That shit was crazy as hell. Now you could imagine if he beat Crawford. You know what I'm saying? He gonna put them belts around his waist. You know what I'm saying? So and make a statement. Hey, now I know what it feels like to have these belts around my waist on your ass, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, he can't having it, bro. He
Crawford,
ain't have.
Crawford ain't taking that fight, man. He not
No.
So we need to get that shit out of our system. And all we need to do from now on, man, is whenever that nigga Terrence Crawford name come up, we need to just roast him. He's a duck. He's a scary ass coward. He's a liar. He's a fraud. He's a piece of shit. He's not pound for pound. He's not a champion. And like you always say, OG, he's a title holder. He's not a champion.
Mm-hmm.
So should we, instead of us saying that Crawford need to be fighting Earl Spence, should we be pushing that Crawford need to fight Jerome Boot Ennis?
He's not gonna do that. No, he's not gonna.
Bro, that ain't ever gonna happen. That
No,
nigga
he's not gonna do that.
That nigga would throw that belt in the trash.
It's mandatory just to come up in May, so he gonna have to do something.
You know what he gonna do?
Yeah.
You know what he gonna do? He gonna vacate that belt, move up to 54, and fight some bums up there. That's what he gonna do.
Mm-hmm.
He's not gonna fight. He's not gonna fight Boots. He's not gonna fight Earl. He's not gonna do none of that. He's going to retire before he fight them guys, or he's gonna vacate that WBO belt, which is some bullshit. Like I'm with Paul Connor. Errol Spence is already undisputed in my eyes.
Yeah, that's what I say.
Yeah,
that's what I say. We're gonna stop pushing that. That man, well, because the WBO is the last belt to come out in the 2000s, right?
Yeah.
So Zab Judah, he had 3 belts, right? You know what I'm saying? So he really, to tell you the truth, he did. It wasn't like he fought unification. Like he got like somebody with 2 belts. He went to each champion and got the fucking belts. So that's undisputed right there in my eyes. He didn't, you know what I'm saying? He wasn't like Ndongo, who had maybe 2 belts. You know what I'm saying? He went to each champion and got a belt. So to me, that makes him undisputed, and this last champion he running all over the place. So you shouldn't have to run for unification, bro. You know what I'm saying? So that makes him undisputed in my book. You know what I'm saying? He got this. You shouldn't have to run after somebody to make boxing history. So to me, that you're right. I'm gonna start calling them undisputed, man. That's just the way I see it.
Yeah, and I got that from you. Even though I was thinking that already, you know what I'm saying. But when you know what I'm saying, when you push that, I'm like the OG correct, man. Errol already undisputed because the Duck that got the last belt, which is a bullshit belt, but the Duck got it, and he won't fight the man. So he can't be called the champion no more. He just can't be called the champion. He's a title holder.
I remember people kept coming on my channel talking about how come Earl Spence ain't saying nothing. I said, first of all, the man had tweeted already. I said, ain't that good enough for y'all? No, he need to say something. I said, okay, so if he come out and say something, since you begging for him to say something, if he come out and say something, are you gonna believe him? No. Oh, so why are you asking for him to say something?
Right. And Terrence Crawford, man, like you said, if he get this mandatory with Boots and he vacates, that's gonna be scary. Because if he vacates, that means he's been wasting this man time. That means that's going to be so scary to me to know that we got boxers.
He's been wasting all our time.
He's been wasting our time, bro. If he don't get that boot smoke, if he don't take that EJ smoke, he just been sitting here as a big old ass hater, a big old ass jealous ass lump of hate. You know what I'm saying? Right. That's like, so if you vacate, bro, I'm like, man, I think they need to put an asteroid, by his name, asterisk, by his name, strict his name for the records like they used to do in Egypt and shit, and tap his name up out of there.
Hey,
get this nigga.
Hey, OG, you mentioned Egypt. That's me. That my avatar. That's me actually in Egypt.
Okay.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, just like when a king did some fuck shit, you know what I'm saying? In Egypt, they would tap your name out them stones so fast and shit, you know what I'm saying? Your history be gone, nigga. Your whole reign be gone. You know what I'm saying? You start worshiping the damn goat head, whatever, you know what I'm saying? Nigga, your ass up out of here, bro. We don't do that.
And I seen that firsthand. I was there. I seen it firsthand. They was crossing motherfuckers out, nigga. You ain't no king, nigga. They was crossing them out. I seen it firsthand. I was there. I spent 15 days in Egypt. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And that's what we need to do. We got to cross his ass out, bro, because I've never seen this. I've never seen it before, bro. I've never seen this. You go out on your sword, bro. You know what I'm saying? Be a man. Don't take the pussy route and make up all this excuses about bad deals and going with BLK. See, I knew he had more going on with BLK Prime because Adrian Bronner came out talking about me and my friend from Nebraska, we're gonna take over boxing. I said, take over boxing? I said, wait a minute, that means this motherfucker would do some more business with them. That means he gonna stay over there. That means he's probably gonna fight Adrian Bronner. He wouldn't fight your ass when you was at your best. But I bet he'll get in the ring with Adrian Bronner now.
Yeah,
You know,
not he a fat fucking slob. And look, listen, Terrence Crawford. Everything you see from this guy, he's not going to fight Errol. He's not going to do it. All that when they asked, listen, they was asking this guy about Errol Spence. All this time in the media, he been talking about, oh, as soon as I'm done with this, yeah, I'm going right back. He said he gonna spin the block, and I'm gonna drop him off. The bitch ass nigga ain't say that shit in the ring. This nigga talking about, oh yeah, we gonna go back to the drawing board and try to make the big fights. What big fight? You don't make big fights, Terrence Crawford. You do not make big fights. You don't do that. That's not in your repertoire.
facts. You know, I don't know what to say about him, man. He's like, it's like he don't have any motivation. He don't care about his legacy no more. You know, but I bet you if EJ was David Avenesian, boy, he'll be boy. Look here, that nigga be 100. That nigga be, you know, like what he told Jose Benavidez. You better, you said, how you say you better make your fight. How you said that shit? You know what I'm talking about?
He said you better hope you make your fight.
So I mean, where's that Terrence Crawford? Where's that energy, bro? You know what I'm saying? That's
He have that same. He have a Keith Thurman vibe because when Keith Thurman gets around Earl Spence, or they say anything about Earl Spence, this dude just humble. And now Terrence Crawford, he used to be a killer. I'm talking about he used to come and meet you at your own sparring place. I mean, all that. And when he come down to Earl Spence now he got some kind of humble Keith Thurman vibe. And one of my problems is, where is the legends who was bigging up Terrence Crawford and saying that Terrence Crawford did all this and Earl Spence need to do more and all that, Roy Jones Jr. and them? How come they ain't coming out speaking about this stuff now?
and you know, I almost spit up on myself when I heard Terrence Crawford in that interview, and he was talking about something. I'm a fan of Errol Spence Jr., bro. I was like, nigga, I was like, bro, I almost broke my screen. I was like, nigga, you lying like a motherfucker. Tell me, I'm an Errol Spence Jr. fan. I was like, oh my god, this nigga here, man. I was like, I can't, bro. I can't. You know what I'm saying? I was like, how can he get on there and do that, bro? That's like, you know, he looking right at you, bro. You know, everybody know you lying. And then how you troll the fans. That's why your pay-per-views don't do shit, bro. You troll against the fans because you don't sell like EJ. You would sell like EJ if you did what EJ did. You got to do what EJ do, bro. You got to fight the best. So why you got all these vibrational ass niggas out here that's capping for you? You know what I'm saying? You're not fighting the best, bro. That's your problem. You know what I'm saying? You want people to give you the title of pound for pound #1. You ain't no Sugar Ray Robinson, nigga. You know what I'm saying? You ain't no Ali. You know what I'm saying? You ain't moving like that, bro. You ain't got no swag like that. You ain't got no heart like that, bro. This real boxing fans, bro. That's why I got 124 people in my chat, bro, because we real boxing fans. We tired of this shit. You know what I'm saying? Nobody's gonna buy your bullshit ass fights. You know what I'm saying? You need to get up off that belt. You know what I'm saying? I think he knows everything starting a petition. You know what I'm saying? To get this nigga up out of here. You know what I'm saying? Cause we tired of it, bro. You wasted my prime too, nigga. I ain't gonna be here every day. You know what I'm saying? You know, goddamn gotta wake up in 2030 and this nigga just trying to get around to fighting EJ. You know what I'm saying? Get the hell up out of here, bro.
We talking about that EJ is we say that EJ is aging him out. How is Earl Spence aging him out when he the one who pulled back? He the one said that he didn't have a B plan. You did have a B plan because you said out your own mouth that you was keeping Black Prime and David Avenesian in the loop. So you said you didn't have a B plan, and you just told on your own self. I mean, I'm not understanding that. And even when Earl Spence met up with that dude in Oklahoma, Earl Spence rode down there to Oklahoma. Him, his girl, and one other guy went down there to a top-ranked card and showed up in front of all those people. Earl Spence told this dude, hey, call Al. If he told Bomac, he told Earl Spence told Bomac, he told Bob, and he told Crawford, all three of them to their face, and still nobody called Al Heyman to make that fight. And they talking about that Earl Spence didn't want that fight, talking about he gonna take the easy route. He gave him an ultimatum to call Al. So what you mean that he said that he was just gonna fight Sean Porter and this right here, whatever? He told that dude, call Al, and he said make the fight. Who else do he need to call? Who else Earl Smith need to talk to? The cut man, the water man, because all his people was there.
Mm-hmm. And see what you're not understanding is that the PBC he didn't have a B plan because BLK Prime was his A plan. And that's what I'm trying to get y'all to see. That was his A plan. The PBC. See, he never wanted to do business with the PBC.
Yeah.
He because they got the top guys. He didn't want to fight the top guys. He just want to make millions off the little low grade. You know what I'm saying? He's a bottom feeder. He's a catfish. You know what I'm saying? What a catfish do? They eat shit
Algae
on the
fish.
bottom of the lake.
No, he's an algae fish. That's what he is.
And catfish eating at the bottom, they get big.
Yeah.
Eating all that shit on the bottom, they eat good, boy, because they ain't got no competition. You know what I'm saying? They can just eat anything that come along on the bottom. You know what I'm saying? He a bottom feeder. You know what I'm saying? He just he beat a little less competition. You know what I'm saying? Every now and then, you know what I'm saying? He'll beat somebody who got a little bit of a name, and he'll go back down. See what I'm saying? He think people don't see that shit, bro. And his fans supporting that shit is making boxing weak. You know what I'm saying? Men we follow courage. We like courage. You know what I'm saying? That's why Braveheart was so goddamn popular. You know what I'm saying? Freedom! God damn it. You know what I'm saying? Fighting against the best, nigga. You know what I'm saying? That's what we like. You know what I'm saying? Don't be fearful and try to back out and blame everybody. That's feminine energy, bro. You showing a bunch of feminine energy, no matter how he try to come off or how many times they show him in the gym working out. That shit ain't shit, bro. You got to get out there. You got to call out EJ. Today, Terrence Crawford need to come out Omaha and say, hey, and do a live. I know he got a live Instagram and say, you know what? I'm tired of all this pussy punk ass shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm tired of fans. I'm tired of everybody. And I'm calling out EJ today. Meet me so and so, and we're going to sign the contract and we're going to fight. You know what I'm saying? February 15th. That's when we do it. You know what I'm saying? EJ just had a car accident, so he should be confident. You know what I'm saying?
And the duck. See, the duck put his mouth. The duck put his tail in his mouth every time. The duck said, if it was me, if Errol was confident in his skills, then he'd take the less amount. It don't matter how much you getting paid. The duck also said this in his interview. He said, I'm so in his little his little Instagram live when he came out explaining himself doing damage control. See, I'm so confident in myself, I took the lesser end. Punk, you was the B side. Of course you took the lesser end. I agreed to everything. I agreed to all they bullshit, all this shit, but you still don't listen, man. Listen,
I know, man. It's madness.
It's frustrating. But look, let me say this about Frank Martin last night, real quick. I'm gonna say this about Frank Martin last night. Frank Martin did his goddamn thing. I seen Frank Martin take that man jab away in the first round.
Yeah.
I was telling my cousin, I say, because they all came to my house and shit. I'm telling my cousin, I'm like, look, they don't really know boxing like that, but everybody love to come to my house to watch boxing because they know I am. So I'm telling my cousin, I'm like, look, he taking his jab away in the very first round. I'm like, he taking his jab away. I'm watching him like the boy, the brother did his thing. But now let me critique him. I also saw some amateur in him. I also saw that he wasn't really able to execute the plan because he wasn't that seasoned to really execute the plan. But he put on the master class, but at the same time, I saw that, okay, yeah, he's not a master yet. He's good. He's really good. He's not a master yet because I seen, you know how you watch two people play chess and you like, damn, you want to say so bad, you fucking up, don't make that move. You know what I'm saying? I'm seeing that with him. So I seen some amateur in him, even though he put on a master class, but he cannot do that with no Devin Haney, with no Tank Davis. He really has to master his craft to the point to where he know when to take chances. I'm gonna take this chance. I'm gonna take this chance. Now his Paul Connors was off the chain, but he didn't jab enough. You know what I'm saying? He showed his abilities when he took away my man jab, but that just shows that my man he wasn't on that level. You know what I'm saying? But I
Well,
also saw,
I think he saw what was working. I think he saw that he had my man. My man was so limited into what he could do. And I think he saw that he was a better seasoned boxer. So he didn't take certain chances. And, say certain times when he turned him, saying, he wasn't protecting himself enough, saying when he was turning him. But dude was so limited, saying that he could get away with that stuff. And I
yeah,
hear what you're saying. He can't get away with that against Tank. He can't get away with that against Shakur, and all these little things that he got to tighten up on his defense is going to come into play to him losing
yeah,
against those types. But like I say, every fight you get better. You go back and watch. You go back and watch what you did wrong, and you try to tighten up on it. He started late, just like EJ. He started late, and I think he'll get better. You know what I'm saying? I think he'll get better. And if he lose, he lose. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you can't beat everybody, in one fight. Sometimes you got to run it back. You know what
yeah,
I'm saying? And sometimes you got to run it back and get better. You know what I'm saying? So, it ain't to say that uh Frank can't compete with them guys. I'm just willing to see it. I think Shakur realized that he seen what you saw. You know what I'm saying? He saw that he was limited in some areas, and he probably want to take advantage of them before he get better. You know what I'm saying? So
I seen that. I seen that. Like I just seen some. He was trying to be so careful, and it worked for him. I'm not gonna doubt him, but you know, he was trying to be so careful. But the biggest thing that impressed me about him was how he took away that man jab. That
yep,
impressed me so much. And then they had him at 5'8" and 5'8". That dude was at least 2 to 3 inches taller than Frank Martin. Frank Martin ain't no taller than 5'5", 5'6".
yeah, isn't that crazy?
Yeah, but they had him at 5'8" even. No, that dude was way taller than Frank Martin. You know what I'm saying? But
Longer too. The reach was longer.
yeah, everything. But what impressed me was how he took away that man jab in the first round, and it actually reminded me of when Tank fought Mario Barrios. Like, people don't give Tank credit for Mario Barrios. I give Tank all the credit for Mario Barrios. Was a great. That dude is good, and Tank took his jab away, and that's what that reminded me of when he took that man. But he took Rivera jab away in the very first round, and I'm watching him do it, and I'm showing my cousin like, look, he taking his jab. Because he know he taller, he know he longer. He about to take that jab. Once he take that jab, it's over. And that dude looked like Earl in that ring, man. He looked like Earl. You can tell he looked like Earl, bro.
I thought, what I'm saying, this gonna sound crazy. When he started taking his jab away, that was kind of like a Crawford move. You know what I'm saying? Like how Crawford take the jab away from folks. You know what I'm saying? By messing with, by knocking down the jab and shit like that.
Yeah,
And Shakur,
pairing it,
yeah,
knocking it
Parrot,
down. Yeah,
mark it down. He kind of remind me of Terrence Crawford when he was doing that. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Because he'll knock your jab away, then he'll zoot in and hit you to the rib or something, catch you to the body. And
yeah.
being a shorter man, I thought that was impressive. I said, look at him. He looking like Crawford out there. You know what I'm saying? The way he was, and then he tried to goes around the outside with hooks and try to catch you around, you know what I'm saying, on the right side. You know what I'm saying? I say that's kind of a Crawford like little
But
move
but
he doing
this
now.
how he looked like Errol to me. You know how Errol, like he see he didn't triple the jab like Errol tripled that jab up. But what he was doing, he was parrying, and then he'd stick the jab out there and hold it, and then come with a straight left to the body. That looked like Errol.
Yeah, yeah,
He,
that's something. That's something you see. Derek James was telling him against that Marinez fight. He told him to, go in, turn to the side. You know, what I'm saying after you hit him to the body, go to the side. You know what I'm saying, and that's how he took away that jab too. Not
yeah,
only was he going to the right, he was letting it shoot over him. He got into that half Philly shell. You know what I'm
yeah.
saying, and he just let that jab. He leaned back and let that punch go over him, and then he'll just come back with the damn pull counter and shit. That shit was beautiful, bro.
But what he wasn't keeping his front foot on the outside of this orthodox. He wasn't keeping his front foot on the outside so he can cut the ring off. He wasn't doing that. And I was paying attention to his feet. I'm
You
like,
talking
man,
about Riviera? You talking about Riviera, right?
no, I'm talking about Frank Martin. You know, Frank Martin wasn't keeping his right foot on the outside of Riviera's left foot. He wasn't doing that.
I
For the
thought he
most,
did because that's
but
the way he
nah,
was going.
he did it sometimes, but for the most part, Frank Martin's front foot was inside. He wasn't keeping it on the outside that much. He might have did.
EJ does that too. He'll
Oh,
go on.
that's what I'm saying.
He'll put his
That's what
foot
I'm
on
saying.
the inside. So
EJ
so
keep
he
his
can so
front
he
foot.
once he get comfortable with where the angle of that punch coming from, you know what I'm saying? He know he can put his foot on the inside. It don't matter because he knows how to prepare for it. He knows how you. That dude kept throwing the damn right hand the same way. So you saw.
He kept throwing that right hand. That's all he
Mm-hmm.
had.
And Frank Martin was just slipping that shit. So he started slipping that shit forward instead of just leaning back. He started timing that shit and was able to slip it on the inside and
And that,
catch him.
and that's how he dropped his ass with that pull counter up. With that pull counter, I'm gonna say it was an up hook. That pull counter up hook. That's what dropped his ass.
So
Mm-hmm.
I pissed to get ready to bounce, y'all. Salute
All
to
right,
everybody.
bro.
Yo, hold on. Let me salute you. And I'm gonna see you, bro. I got you, bro. I'm gonna subscribe to your shit, bro. I've been seeing you, bro. I rock with you. Peace.
I
Yes,
appreciate
sir.
it.
D Town. All right, bro.
All right.
Yeah, that's D Town, man. Y'all subscribe to D Town Boxing, bro.
Oh yeah,
That
D-Town,
dude that
that's
I
fire.
mean when I seen him came on the scene, I was like, that dude is in there. You know what I'm saying? He came up fast too.
I gotta subscribe to him, man. Like I said, I've been seeing this shit. Like, bro, hey, Paul, you know, it took me about 2 weeks to subscribe to your shit.
Really?
Yeah, because I be forgetting. I be doing so much stuff that I be forgetting. Then I don't be wanting to subscribe to everybody. I be wanting to see what you about. You know what I'm saying? Before I subscribe to you. So it took me about 2 weeks to subscribe to you, and I was just listening to you. I'm like, man, he an OG, man. He keeping it real. You know, I subscribe to you, man, and I've been down with you ever since, man. Like,
Hey man, I appreciate it, man, because we talk real boxing over here, man. And you go to a lot of channels and they just try to showtime everything, and they don't be talking about the X's and O's, and they don't be talking about what's going on. They pander to their favorite fighter instead of just telling you what it is, bro. You know what I'm saying? Just keep it 100, bro, and people like that. You
uh,
know,
and then I
people.
be like, when I'm driving for hours, I might even go back to one of your old videos. When I'm driving for hours and you ain't out, you ain't on, I go to
Hmm.
one of your old videos that you got up for like 3 and 4 hours, and I just hit play on that shit, and I just listen to that shit the whole time I'm driving. That shit I be on you every night, OG. Even your old ones, I be on you.
Oh, I appreciate that, man. I really appreciate that, man. You know what I'm saying? You're the first person to tell me that. What's going on? Who's real? He said you want to see what'd you say? I want to see Ghost watch Colbert. I think Colbert is done, y'all. I think Colbert is damaged goods. Kind of like Adrian Broner. He tried to he bit off too much more than he could chew, and he went in there unprepared, and he got his whole mystique got
He ain't got
crashed.
the spirit. He ain't got the spirit.
Mm-mm. And Shakur them used to tell you that he used to beat up Colbert and all that stuff, and he just don't, like you say, don't have the he ain't got the cojones, man, to get in there and bang it out, and what I'm saying, he don't have the power, especially to fight up at 135, and that's where the money is. Right now he's just a 130 pounder, and he can't even handle Hector Garcia. So I mean, I don't know what's next for him. I don't see any real potential good fights he could fight and win unless he get back on his shit. Eh, and that's going to be hard to do. You know, he a good trash talker, but he got to work. He got to work on his skill set. He got to work on his
And I,
skills.
and I, and I think and I think Cobra can really be a great fighter, man. But he just, you know what I'm saying. I think he got too much fear in him, you know. And
Hmm.
and to be great, especially with these guys we got out here to be great. You can't have that fear in you, bro. You got to take chances, and that's what I was looking at when I seen last night when I seen the fight
Hmm.
for Frank Martin. Okay, he was careful, he was calculated. It was, he did his thing for sure. But when it comes to people like Devin, Shakur, and Tank, and even Lomachenko, like people shitting on Lomachenko, even when it comes to these guys, bro, you have to take chances, but they got to be educated chances. So
Yeah,
you can't be afraid to get out there, bro. Like it comes a point where you gotta be like, fuck it, we about to fight. You know what I'm saying? Either I'm
yeah,
gonna get him or he gonna get me. And that's what gotta happen. And I didn't see that in Frank last night. I seen just real educated, I'm not going to say pressure. I seen real educated boxing, and he did his thing, and I'm happy for him, bro. And you know, it just shows how much. This just shows how great Derrick James is, and it also shows how great of a student that Frank Martin is, because he listened to his corner. You see what
mm-hmm,
happened to Jamel in the first fight with Castano when he didn't listen to his corner. He
mm-hmm.
ended up with the draw. You know what I'm saying? He was too careful. He was Jamel looked scared, like he didn't want to commit. You know what I'm saying? Derrick James was cussing his ass out. If you remember that fight, Paul, Derrick James was cussing Jamel out in
Oh
that first
yeah.
final fight. He was getting in his ass. What the fuck are you doing? Like he was getting in his ass. That second fight, Jamel listened to his corner and he did what he did.
Well, Jamel is a passionate, emotional fighter, and he all heart. I mean, yeah, do he have skills? But his real talent is his heart. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? He has a fighter heart, bro. He will go out on his shield. He got a lot of pride, and he backs it up. He believes in going in there, going 170 miles an hour if he has to. So it's up to James to temper that spirit. He's got to temper that spirit. He's a better fighter when he listens to Derrick James, but
Yeah.
he's his own worst enemy. Like if he goes, I think he's gonna go in there. He's gonna destroy Tim Zoo.
And that's
And
what you just said, OG. He's his own. That means he's his own worst enemy. That means that the only person that can beat Jamel is Jamel.
hmm yeah, you know what I'm saying? Because when fighters get to a certain point where they think they got it figured out and they could just do it itself, and that's the mistake he made against with Tony Harris. And said he thought he was so great that he could just go in there and just dog this guy on sheer will and sheer manpower. You know what I'm saying? But Tony Harris is a highly skilled boxer. You know what I'm
Yep.
saying? And he was picking his ass apart because he was loading up too much. Because all of the shit that he talked to him, he was compromised mentally, and that's why Tony Harrison did what he did because he knew he was an emotional guy, and he knew he would be trying to swing for the fences to knock him out, and he
And
took
that was
advantage
and,
of that.
and
hmm
that was Tony's mistake in the second fight. Tony thought in the second fight that he can do him like he did in the first fight. But what he failed to
hmm
realize is no, this dude is coming full force this time. So Tony, you're gonna have to like cut out the boxing and fight this guy. Like you like it like and that was Tony's problem in the second fight. Like Tony was getting it in the second fight, but Tony never turned it up to a fight. When Jamel turned it up to a fight, Jamel came out from the jump trying to knock his ass out. And of course, if the fight would have went the
hmm
distance, yeah, Tony was outboxing the hell out of him. But Tony never turned it up to a fight. Tony had to learn to turn it up to a fight. Okay, this motherfucker want to fight. We about to get in the pocket. We about to get this in. He didn't do that. He kept trying to box, and he wasn't sitting down on his punches enough to really uh make Jamel back the fuck off.
hmm
So he didn't sit down enough because he was still trying to just box, but Jamel was in that bitch fighting. I'm about to knock you out. I don't give a fuck what. I'm about to knock your ass, and that's what happened. So
Uh-huh.
what I'm saying is Tony got to get that dog in him, bro. When we got to fight, bro.
Well, Tony got dog in him. What he don't have is stamina. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? He got dog. He don't give a fuck about Jamil or power, none of that. Problem is at the end of fights, just like Sean Porter, he run out of steam. You know what I'm saying? But he don't have Sean Porter's chin. You know what I'm saying? Sean Porter, he gets knocked down at the end of fights because he done put everything into the fight. He's a volume puncher. So, you know what I'm saying? Tony Harrison got all the dog in the world. It's just that at the end, he run out of steam, and he don't have the same stamina that Jamel Charlo got. Charlo be throwing some fire up in that damn shit, and he still be throwing hard up until the end of the fight. You saw how he destroyed Castaños, right? Castaños just crumbled like paper.
he crumbled. He
He
did.
crumbled. he crumbled like a piece of paper, bro, like a balled up homework, bro. I mean, he was in there fighting his ass off, doing his thing, and then he had to go. Then he ran away. If you notice, in the first fight, he anytime Charlo would stop fighting him, he'll haul ass. He'll get up out of there. You know what I'm saying? Because he felt that power. He didn't want to get clipped by that power. But in the second fight, he was like, "Fuck it." At some point in the fight, Staniel said, "You know what? Let's go." And when he did that, he got fucked up.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He got fucked up when he threw down the gauntlet.
Jamel hit him with that motherfucking Jamel hit him with that hook to the body and then the left hook to the up top, and he crumbled.
I'm talking about he threw down the gauntlet. You know what I'm saying? He said, I ain't running from your ass no more. We for the fight. And he got fucked up. You know what I'm saying? So he made a crucial mistake. Plus he was slowing down. Plus he got tired of backing up. You know what I'm saying? He got tired of getting backed up into a corner. So, Costanza gonna fight your ass. He would destroy Crawford.
Hey, OG, I want to ask you this. Far because we're at the end of the year. As far as the best fight of the year, for me, it's a toss up between Jamel Charlo and Brian Castano, and I want to put
Boutier. Talking that Boutier fight. Castano and Boutier.
I said Jamel Charlo and Jamel Charlo, as far as fighter of the year, Jamel Charlo and
Castano.
Yeah, Jamel Charlo and Castano for far as fighter of the year, and I want to say Devin Haney because he defended it, but I really can't go there. So I'm gonna say Jamel Charlo and I'm gonna say man, who can I put there? Jamel Charlo, man, he fighter of the year, man, for that.
Yeah.
Fighter of the year.
Yeah, I have to say that. Yeah, that was yeah. You know what I'm saying? Cause that fight was a dog fight. That was two dogs fighting right there, bro. You know what I'm saying? You ain't gonna see no shit like that. Two fighters evenly matched like that. You know what I'm saying? Going at it, I would say that was I go back and watch that fight. That was some of the best fighting I ever see Jamel do. And cause Castano fought everybody, bro. I'm talking about in the amateurs. He beat EJ.
He beat EJ. EJ got, like I can't say EJ gotta get that work, but if it come down to it, yeah, EJ gotta go get that work back.
I don't think that Fundora fight was the best fight of the year. I mean, it was a damn good fight, but see, I think that was an upset of the year. I would look at that fight as the upset of the year.
Man, look, man.
My boy see, you were doing good until you say Castano would beat Bud. I would have to see it, bro. But the way your boy moving like he can't fight top competition, bro. Your boy,
I'm gonna say Castano can beat Bud, just on the simple fact that Bud is a counterpuncher. You know what I'm saying? Like. And that's my thing.
You mean Bud can beat Castano? That's what you meant to say?
No. I'm saying Castano probably can beat Bud because Castano was going to put that constant pressure on Bud, and Bud is
that's what I'm saying.
You know what I'm saying? If anybody that can take Bud's counter punches, if you can, you're gonna beat him.
And they should know that Mel can walk through that shit, bro. He could walk through anything Crawford can put to him, bro, and keep coming. Eat them shits like you saw how Tony Harrison was hitting him. Tony Harrison was beating the shit out of Jamel in that first fight. He was beating in the second fight.
Yeah,
he was beating Mel.
Yeah,
but Mel them boys. You can't hurt them boys. Them twins. You hit them in the head. You just hurting your hand. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And they got super strong chins.
Man, them niggas got the coldest chins, dog. I'm telling you, man.
Yeah, they built crazy like that. I don't know what's wrong with Jamal, but Jamel definitely using his, and he got skills. Did you see how he was moving on them ropes when Castanos had him on the ropes, and how he was moving, the skill he had? Man, I was like, wow. I said Jamel really prepared for this guy.
But
You know.
that was the second fight, OG. In the
Hmm.
first fight, if they would have gave it to Castano, I wouldn't have been mad.
Yeah, it was close.
You know, it was that close because you know, like he lucky he got a draw in that fight.
Well,
Yeah.
I think I think he hurt Castano a number of times in that fight. I think he hurt Castano because he almost dropped Castano in that fight, if you remember. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? So he
but he didn't commit after he dropped him. He didn't commit.
right, but I'm just saying, you know what I'm saying, you can see where Castano really wasn't, you know what I'm saying, trying to engage, you know what I'm saying. He would only engage when he was on them ropes and stuff. So, you know, I think that was like a truly tie.
Castano remind me of Marcos Maidana with
Yeah.
with a
Hmm.
little less power. He remind me of Marcos Maidana with a little less power. You know?
Shit, they about the same. You know what I'm saying? They about the same to me. You know, you get it, your back anywhere near that ropes. Here he come. I'm up
Yeah.
coming. He coming to unload, and he got fast ass hands.
And that's what Derek was telling him. Stay off the fucking ropes. Stay off the ropes. That's what Derek was telling him.
I don't know. I thought maybe Mel was trying to draw him in to clip him. You know what I'm saying, with the left hook. You know what I'm saying. I thought he was trying to draw him in and stuff. That's what I kept thinking he was trying to do. And I think he just kept missing the mark. I think he had to respect Castano's fast hands. Castano hands are fast as fuck, bro. He just couldn't keep up. You know what I'm saying? That dude hands was just amazing. And it's like he
Hey,
says,
Paul,
"Look,
how you think Errol gonna do at 54?
oh shit, I think he gonna do great." You know what I'm saying? Because he gonna come in there quicker than them guys. Coming from the lower class, he gonna be a lot more quicker. And he's used to fighting quicker fighters, and his skill set, you know what I'm saying, going to the body, them guys are gonna be there for him to get hit. Um, he, you know, I think his power is going to increase when he goes up to 54. I think he's going to be at more of a natural weight. Um, now, can he take their punches? I want to see how he take the punches at 154. I think he got a good chin, but you know what I'm saying, those guys up there can hit. And there's a dude up there. There's a lot of better skillful bite. There's a guy named Fido something, some foreign dude. That dude's skills, man, is amazing, bro. He's got some motherfuckers up there he gonna have to fight, bro. But if he get a belt, you know what I'm saying, he's got a lot of guys he can fight. That's gonna make him a legend up there. And it ain't no joke. He gonna have a hard run too. It ain't gonna be an easy run. It's gonna be a hard run. You know, because he may have to fight Tony Harris. But Tony Harris supposed to be fighting Fundora. You know.
Yeah, man, that's a fight. Man, listen, that is a fight that I'm so concerned about. I know for a fact that Tony Harrison can outbox him because Fendora don't. He don't fight long. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Right.
You know he don't use his size to fight. He try to get on the inside and all that. And that's what concerns me with Tony Harrison. Uh,
Well, Tony Harrison definitely got the boxing IQ. He definitely can outbox him. It's just will he run out of steam to stay on the outside of Fundora? And Fundora working on his boxing right now. I noticed that. Will he be able to stay away from Fundora the whole? You know what I'm saying, he don't get into no dog fights with him. Um, you know what I'm saying? What's the Asante El says Fundora gloves need to be checked. You know what I'm saying? But if anybody could beat him, Tony Harrison can beat him because he got the experience of fighting Jamel 2 times. So he's got that dog in him, man. He do got that dog in him. And long as he don't get in caught up like Eric Lubin, long as he don't get caught up like Eric Lubin and trying to fight this dude on the inside, he'll be all right. I think he can outbox Fundora. I think he can outclass Fundora. Tell you the truth.
Man, I hope so, because that's the homeboy, man. Um,
Yeah.
but if he let Fandora on the inside, I just don't know how that's gonna go, man.
Well, I mean, Tony been around. I mean, he ain't gonna crumble. He got his mind. You got to think he's got a champion mindset. He was a champion, right? So he's not gonna crumble mentally. You know what I'm saying? Just because he take a few lumps on the inside. You know, he just can't. He just can't. You know. get caught up with fighting that man on the inside. If he stay boxing and he don't get tired, he don't tire himself out, he'll win. But if he get caught up and get tired and let Fundora walk him down and shit like that, he'll lose, and he'll lose early. It just depends on his what version of Tony we gonna get. You know what I'm saying? Are we gonna get that Jamel Charlo, one version, or we're gonna get that two version? He got
Well,
some
well,
background.
well, 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 well I'm Team Super Bad all day. It's Tony Harrison over here all day. I'm gonna tell you that I'm Team Super Bad all day. The thing is, man, like you said it all. His win, man. You know what I'm saying? His win pipe that's his killer. That's his killer. And I don't know the guy personally. Like I know his people, and I know people that fuck with him. I don't know him personally, but his windpipe, man. That man, that's his
Well,
killer.
well, he gonna definitely have to find his range early because he can't be fucking around because he got them long arms. Fedora got those long arms, and what I'm saying, he gonna have to tie him up, um, and really tie him up and not let him work on the inside when he do get on the inside. He's gonna have to be smart. What I'm saying, but he just have to be, what I'm saying, on his shit. If he's on his shit, he'll beat him. What I'm saying. Jalen Cloud says Tony would get overwhelmed by Fedora. Fedora, that shit only works. This shit only works. You saw Lubin outbox this guy. What I'm saying, until he stopped trying to. When he dropped him, it gave him the false confidence that he could beat this dude straight
Yeah,
up.
yeah.
And see, look, that shows you that the dude boxing IQ ain't there. What I'm saying, he could be outboxed. You saw what's that dude name he fought before him? That dude was horrible, and he gave Fedora all he could handle, and it wasn't a knockout. It went what I'm saying,
You
went to
talking
the
about
12th.
Ocampo? Ocampo.
Yeah, Campo. It was another one too. It was another one even worse. He was worse than Ocampo. Another dude. So he's not a monster. Fundora is not a monster. You can't be intimidated of his height and reach. The dude has limited boxing IQ. He's just super tall, and he can overwhelm you with punches. And but he fights somebody like an Errol Spence Jr. They'll break that body down.
Oh
He can't.
yeah, because he leave himself open. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like he can't fuck with no Earl. He can't fuck with no He can't fuck
Jamel.
with no Jamel. You know what I'm saying? Like he done. I just hope like I see from what I've seen from Tony Harrison lately. Tony Harrison has been fighting a real um cautious fight. He's been real cautious. And with this guy Fendora, bro, of course you got to be cautious, but you have to establish your range because you know that this guy is not a rangy fighter. Even though he
Hmm.
got all of the motherfucking attributes to be that, he don't use that.
Right.
But who's to say he don't come out and use that? So you gotta be
Tr-
prepared. You gotta be prepared for everything.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? He got to believe that he could beat this dude. If he come out like the super bad, he'll be all right. You know what I'm saying? But if he let Fedora reputation get to him, you know what I'm saying, he'll lose. But I think Tony the superior master technician. He got more experience. You know what I'm saying? He can make Fedora look like an amateur, and all Fedora got is stamina and that inside fighting shit. You know what I'm
Man,
saying?
what
That
what
don't.
I what I seen from Fandora, bro, you got to stop him. You got to stop him. That's what that for me. That's what I see from Fandora. You have to stop this guy, man. You got to.
Well, Tony got good punch placement. He got good power. And if he anything like he was, what I'm saying, he should be able to beat Fedora because he's not on his level. Now, Fedora, he got a certain skill set, what I'm saying, where he used kind of like Errol Spence Jr., he put a lot of pressure on. What I'm saying? So, but being his experience level, he should be able to handle that pressure. What I'm saying? He should be able to handle the pressure that he put on him, and he should prepare for that. And all he have to do is check hook his ass, what I'm saying, and get up out of there. You know what I'm saying? Check hook his ass and get up out
Yeah,
of there.
yeah. Yeah, get up out of there. Check hooking. Get up out of there.
Yeah, and then fight him a little bit, get out of there. You know what I'm saying? You know how I mean it's boxing. You know what I'm saying? We see this shit all the time. Somebody think a motherfucker is invincible. You know what I'm saying? But you know they could be outboxed. You know what I'm saying? I think Tony Harrison has that ability. Now I don't know if he's the same fighter that he was. I don't know. I saw him fight Perel, and it was just kind of like, damn. You know what I'm
Man,
saying? But then
when he fought that guy, man, I was so disappointed. He got a draw with that fight, man. And I'm gonna be honest, you know, I blamed it on his dad passing. You know what I'm saying? Like
yeah,
I blamed it on that. Like you know, like the brother going through a lot of shit. You know what I'm saying? But dog, if you are going to get in that ring, man, like this is your life. Okay, your pops passed, man. I mourned him. You mourning him. Okay, but this is your life.
right.
So get out there, bro, and do what the fuck you know how to do, bro.
Hmm. Yeah,
And
I agree with.
if you ain't got that corner, that's why your trainer and your coach is so important. Because if you ain't got that coach in your corner, whoever you got the next up cornerman, they might not be giving you the right advice to go out
Right.
there and execute the plan.
Yeah, I agree with that. You know what I'm saying? I agree with Renzo Patterson. He say Harrison need to be in the best shape of his life, and I think he could do it. I do too. He said, yeah, and I think Harrison should take a tune up. Yeah, and he need to get crispy, man. He got to get sharp again. You know, if you get sharp again, it's hard to beat. It's hard to beat Harrison, bro. Harrison, a real one, man. He is a real one. I think he's one of the best. You know, if it wasn't for Jamel, he would be probably undisputed right now. If it wasn't for, I mean, Jamel, it wasn't for Jamel. So let's see. Ed, Educated Jab say, he said, I know your boxing family. He said that don't mean you're gonna agree all the time. All the time. He said when you know, you know. And Jalen Cloud says Ocampo did a lot of things, a lot of hit him and hold him and grab. Yeah, he did. He got to, man. That dude. So you see how much bigger he was than Ocampo. Ocampo was one of those come forward fighters. You know, he could box a little bit, but you know he was kind of overwhelmed by Fundora. He was taking some hellacious shots in there. He says um John Norris said he says Fundora fights with will, not skill. Yeah, he said I've seen Spence do that to people a lot of times too. He said very dangerous fight. Yeah, but I want to see it. No, John Turn says time is not on Tony's side, Pool. I know. You know what I'm saying? But he need to get the fights in then. You know, Harrison says Harrison won easy. He said using his rage. He said Fedora got a fight on the inside because he's nearsighted. I know, dude can't see. I know. That motherfucker, you go right outside his range, that motherfucker cannot find you with a jab at all. He says Campo was able to survive because he used the hit him and hold him. The hit him, then hold him, and then grab style. Hmm. And Renzo Patterson says, he said the thing is, Fedora is super hittable and not that strong. He's saying if when the time comes, Jamel will use his size and explosiveness on Fedora. Yeah, but you got to make sure he's sharp though. You know what I'm saying? Because if he ain't sharp, that dude size will come into play and on the inside. And you know what I'm saying? Jamel, you know he can move though. I can't see Jamel losing that fight. Ocampo got a chin. He said couldn't miss with that overhand right. Yeah, he Ocampo is better than people thought. You know what I'm saying? He was better than a lot of people thought. He was better than I thought too. John Tristan, when I watched Tony last fight, he said I saw his desire saw his desire to fight diminished. She said, I think the fun of boxing has left Tony. Yeah, that's always a possibility. But I think he was going through a lot with his father and he's going through a lot, man. You know what I'm saying? When you lose a relative like that, you know what I'm saying? It affects you, you know, your motivation to do the things that you love to do. You know what I'm saying? It don't mean the same, you know, when you lose somebody that close to you. And Renzo Pastor says Harrison should have run back to Perella, right? Right. He said Perella isn't as long as Fedora, but he ain't small either, and he's a southpaw like Fedora, but he's fast. Fedora's fast as shit. You know what I'm saying that boy could crack a little bit. He says Conius Edwin says Zab switching takes taking TC over EJ. He says since he with BLK Prime, so he had to like lie like the fight was a big success. It wasn't because the fight happened that that the success is first event. So we got to give him that. Well, Zab Judah, he doing like Bernard Hopkins. He's doing like some of these other retired fighters. Trying to represent the company and be a figurehead. So he just happened to be in the mix. What I'm saying? Like a Sam Cook, just standing in the ring, just being a figurehead. Having connections, what I'm saying, being able to, say talk to fighters and possibly make fights. I think Zab might be fighting in that motherfucker too. I think Zab might be fighting. Let's see. Renzo Patterson says, y'all hear about Kazanso versus Lubin? Oh my God. Oh my God. Are you serious? 154 is too real. He said they don't wait. They wouldn't wait on nobody. That's what I'm talking about. See, 154, at least one weight class, always one or two. Them super flyweights, and they be fighting, man. I know we don't pay them no attention, but them guys be fighting down there, y'all. What I'm saying? They be getting it in. What I'm saying? 154, what I'm saying? We can't look at 160 and all the other weight classes. What I'm saying? They don't be doing it, bro. Like 154. 154 be getting it in. And it's mainly because it's one company, the PBC got all the fighters. So the fights are easily made. See, this is something else that they don't talk about. What I'm saying? Well, companies like PBC got all the fucking fighters. They fight. When have you ever heard a PBC fighter really complain about a fight not being made or not being able to get a fight? You know what I'm saying? And so that's all these other companies and shit. They talking about PBC running out of money. PBC don't have a fucking budget. Say get out of here. You see David Avenesian. I mean, you see David Benavidez for the fight Caleb Plant, don't you? You know what I'm saying? They'll say that shit regardless of what we see, what I'm saying, with our eyes. They don't want you to believe your lying ass eyes, right? We supposed to just believe what you putting out there. And what's to be said if this nigga vacate? How the fuck all the people that supported Terrence Crawford, how they gonna be looking out here in these damn streets? You know what I'm saying? Once Boots get over there on the WBO side of things and they start pressing him, he's already calling this fool out. You know what I'm saying? And he ain't gonna take the fight regardless because we already know what he is. He's a goddamn duck. So, we know he ain't gonna fight no damn Boots. I want to see EJ fight Boots. You know what I'm saying? Move his old punk ass up out the way and let EJ get that smoke. And because EJ said in the interview the other day, he said, I'm like that. I'm like that, bro. I mean, he'll fight anybody. You know what I'm saying? So, those Terrence Crawford fans, they better transfer over into EJ fans real quick because they're gonna find out they God is a chump. You know what I'm saying? He's a duck god. That's what he is. He said Fulton and Inoue heating up too. Man, Inoue don't want that fucking smoke. They got to protect Inoue at all costs because what I'm saying, they won't be able to put him on top of the pound for pound list for fighting nobodies. That's another one you're gonna have to watch out for. You know what I'm saying? Inoue, because they know Fulton is the truth. They know Fulton is the truth down there, showing all kind of skills. Y'all saw how he beat your boy Figueroa. That was a hell of a fight. That was a hell of a fight too. Master Khalid. That was a hell of a fight too.
Yeah, hell yeah, it was. Yeah.
I
Um,
mean,
they
mhm.
they got their agendas, you know what I'm saying, who they gonna push, but they not really trying to push these guys towards the real motherfuckers that they know they gotta face. And that's the black fighters. And I'm not trying to push no race shit. That's just what it is.
Man, fuck all that. It is race shit. That's why they ducking black fighters. You know what I'm saying? We know of murderers row. We know how boxing roll. You know what I'm saying? We know how they get down. I mean, this is a proven fact. So why are we pussyfooting around that shit? We know that's what it is. You know what I'm saying? Why they keep trying to shut down that conversation? You know what I'm saying? Why Triple G had such a long reign? Because he ain't fighting no real niggas. You know what I'm saying? Why
That,
Canelo lasted so long? Because he ain't fighting no. He fought niggas at the end of their shit. Yeah, that's why you think he won't fight no young people his age. You know what I'm saying? He want to fight has-beens, people with a disadvantage. He want to put in all those clauses in the weight clauses and shit, so he can have the advantage. No, man, that ain't real boxing, bro. Move your ass out the way. You know what I'm saying? Fight Jamel Charlo. You fought. You know he could have fought Jamel Charlo down at 54. He wouldn't rematch Lara even after a controversial win, or he wouldn't fight Austin Trout after a controversial win. That lets you
but
know.
see, that's what lets you know the separation. When Floyd Mayweather had that controversial fight with Maidana was beaten. Maidana had beat the shit out of Floyd. Okay, Floyd won the first fight, but Maidana beat the shit out of him. What did he do? He rematched that man and completely outclassed him. So that's the difference. Let's stop playing. That's the difference, bro.
Well, you know, not to be, you know, say a sensitive Floyd supporter, but if you go back and watch, a lot of those shots didn't hit him. You know what I'm saying? If you go back and watch it in slow motion, I mean, the fight on YouTube, and they'll even go back and slow it down for you. A lot of those shots didn't hit Floyd, even
But
though a
a
lot
lot
of them
of them
did.
did though, OG,
Yeah.
because Floyd's face was fucked up after that fight.
Well, he hit Floyd. He hit Floyd with a fucking Floyd tried to do that what you call it, that way he duck and shit, and he was going back to the ring. He was going. It was almost seconds before the round ended, and Madonna timed his ass with a beautiful shot.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
Maidana was tapped with Maidana on that first fight. Maidana was tapping his ass, but Floyd came back like a true champion and
But
outclassed
let
his
me,
ass like a motherfucker.
but let me ask you a question. How Madonna throw all them damn punches without getting tired?
You know what it is? He was doped up. like
How many punches did you see how many punches Madonna was throwing, bro? Come on
he
now,
Maidana didn't stop throwing.
bro. He threw probably I can't even estimate how many that motherfucker threw, bro. That motherfucker throwing punches in bunches. I'm talking about Madonna was a machine. I don't know how Floyd survived that, bro.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm trying to tell you. That first fight, Maidana was, you know what I'm saying? But Floyd, Floyd, a true champion. And he say, man, we about to run this back. Oh, y'all think I lost that fight? We about to run this back, man. And the second fight, he completely destroyed that guy, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't give a fuck what nobody say. Maidana was doped up.
I think so too. I mean, look how many punches he threw. I look at that when I saw Big Baby Miller, 300 and some pounds throwing all. I said that nigga doped up, bro.
Yeah.
I be looking at that shit, bro. It ain't.
And and
It
and
ain't.
and I say that with Tyson Fury too.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Tyson Fury in that last fight, Tyson Fury came out in the 11th round, like it was the first round after he got dropped twice.
Right. And we know what it is. We know he got a history. Look at the pattern, people. Always you see these people when they don't fuck with the fighter, they allow everything to go. Right. A lot of people don't like Wilder. So whatever goes, he can't box. They don't like his boxing style. All he do is go out there and knock people out. Right. So a lot of people don't like that. So they fuck with Fury because he got boxing skills. Right. But he a cheating ass boxer. Yeah, Nandrolone. And see, they're allowed. They don't care. They don't care if their favorite fighter. Yeah, I got all kind of videos on that shit. I was like going off and shit. So, you know, if they don't fuck with Wilder, they don't care if the dude against some juice. They just want to see him defeated. Look at Teddy Atlas tell me something. I never felt. I feel like now I can support Wilder since he took a loss. Now he know what it means to take a loss, bro. They act like Deontay Wilder arrogance is something to be dominated. Isn't Tyson Fury arrogant?
Man, Deontay Wilder is not arrogant. He knows what he got. Okay, this man in the first fight he dropped this man twice.
Yeah,
In the third fight he dropped him twice. And this man, like, he came out in the second round like nothing ever happened. He listen, man. I don't give a fuck what nobody say. Tyson Fury is a fucking cheater. Okay, but not only that, I give Tyson Fury his props. Tyson Fury is the only motherfucker that, and Tyson Fury said this. Tyson Fury said this himself. There's nobody on this planet that can beat Deontay Wilder but me.
yeah,
Period.
but he got to be doped up to do that. That's why he hauled that.
Exactly.
That's why he hauled that. When he hauled that to Britain, I said I already knew what it was. That's why his father was crying and screaming,
Hey,
talking about.
and I'm gonna tell you this, and I'm gonna tell you this, Paul. Look, you know I'm from Detroit, bro. I represent Detroit to the fullest. But I'm gonna tell you this, bro. Sugar Hill, I don't fuck with Sugar Hill, dog. Did you see the Tyson Fury and Dillian White fight?
Yeah,
Did you see Tyson Fury brother kiss Sugar Hill smack dead in his mouth?
they don't call him Sugar Hill for nothing.
He
They don't call.
grabbed that man. Listen, Tyson Fury brother grabbed this man by his face and kissed him directly in the mouth. I was mad in a motherfucker.
Yeah, you know how motherfuckers get down. I mean,
Niggas
hey,
feel they soul.
ain't no surprise to me. When you add a few, and we can see here in the YouTube streets, some motherfuckers start getting some money. You know what happened? You know what I'm saying? Motherfuckers switch it up. Everything switch up when it come to money. You know what
Man,
I'm saying?
I don't understand it, dog. Like, nigga, bro, I don't understand it, OG. Like, what's wrong with these motherfuckers now, man? Like, what's wrong with y'all, man? You let this man go, like, you ain't punch him. He grabbed you in your face and kissed you in your mouth. Why the fuck you ain't punch him?
You know why, bruh? You know why? You just got to accept it. Everybody ain't, it is what it is. Motherfuckers coming. It's popular now. People just comfortable with coming out now. What I'm saying? Some people just, you know how it is, but I don't want to say it on this platform, but
I know, man. I know, man. But damn,
you
but just come out then, bro. God damn, just come out.
hey, nigga, hey, Sugar
Man,
Hill, nigga, Sugar Hill. You know what I'm saying?
nigga, and that hurts my heart, bro, because I'm Detroit to the fullest, dog. And when I see one of my motherfucking brothers, because we not like that in Detroit, bro. Like, like we hold this Detroit shit, and you know this, Paul. Everybody in the world know that Detroit hold it down to the fullest, dog. You know, and I'm not saying no other city don't, bro, but Detroit, come on, man. Like, dog, what the fuck is you doing? Dog,
Hey,
man.
hey, man, let me tell you something though. We've seen it all our lives. There's always one motherfucker that's gonna tell on the slaves when they trying to escape. You know what I'm saying? It's he gonna get an extra piece of cornbread. You know what I'm saying? He gonna get an extra piece of chicken. You know what I'm saying? He gonna be good. You know what I'm saying? Because he got something out of it. You know what I'm saying? So we got people. The Jews had people. You know what I'm saying? That sold them out. You know what I'm saying? When the Nazis was over there. So you know what I'm saying? They had people that they over there in that house over there. You know what I'm saying? You're always gonna have people that sell out for they own, you know what I'm saying, their own self-interest,
Yeah.
and that's just what it is. They're not gonna feel part of the black community for whatever reason. And if they feel like they got, like you got these successful people who got picked on when they were kids and stuff, they wasn't able to, deal with the locker room talk and, be with the regular guys, so they feel some kind of way now that they successful or they got an opportunity that others might have not had. So it's a lot of mental issues going on with niggas and shit with that kind of stuff. They couldn't just be a regular dude, and they got picked on. And it became an asset when they got older So now that they financially success, they're gonna shit on the dudes that represent them dudes that picked on them, like police officers do. They were nerds in school, but now they got power. They're gonna try to use it to demean you. You know what I'm saying? So we see that over and over again in the black community.
Yeah, I feel you, OG, man.
That's how it go.
But let me ask you this, OG. Okay, let's get back to this shit. Errol Spence just exposed this whole ass nigga, Terrence Crawford, with a simple statement. He said, "God damn it, man! If he did everything he could to make the fight happen, the fight would have happened. Like, come on, man, come on." He exposed, but Terrence Crawford, Errol Spence is such a classy dude that he ain't really he ain't say, "Oh yeah, he not," but he told us everything he needed to say with that one statement. If he did everything he could do to make this fight happen, the fight would have happened. And everybody, we all knew that. Everybody knew that. Everybody knew this nigga out here talking about, "I did everything I can do." Nigga, you said you motherfucking agreed. You said you agreed to everything. So why the fuck didn't you sign? And then Errol Spence even went a step further. He said, "Nigga, I'm not hating. If you want to go and make that 10 million, go and make it. Just let us know what's going on." Man, go ahead, OG.
Yeah, that's what it is. See, what my thing is, people, when they try to protect Crawford, they ignore all the shit that he's done. They don't want to acknowledge it. They don't want to say what really happened. They want to twist the facts, and that pisses me off. It's like, bro, we can't have a decent conversation if you don't admit what's going on, right? Oh, Errol Spence Jr., the one who ducking, right there, I can't talk to you. You know what I'm saying? I can't have a decent conversation with you because you're lying, right? So we got a lot of boxing fans who lying and trying to cover up and say, bro, they trying to avoid the conversation like children by just keep repeating lies and shit. And I'm like, bro, I don't waste my time. That's why I don't waste my time. And when EJ come out and tell you what it is, what I'm saying, what everybody been saying in this chat in my space, what I'm saying, that they try to pick out some bullshit, well, why didn't he call Crawford name? Why didn't he say his name when he said that? Or what I'm saying, just some old childish ass shit. Say, bro, hey, get off that, bro. What I'm saying, be real. The man just told you he walked away from negotiation. You heard Steven Espinosa say one man is all in and one man went and did something else. That's a duck.
That's a
You know what I'm
duck.
saying?
That's a
That's a duck.
fucking duck.
Right. So it's like so we got to sit here and argue with motherfuckers who won't just call it a duck, bro. It is what it is. Your man always duck best competition.
But
You
you
know
know
what I'm
what they
saying?
do? You know what they do to OG? They say, "Well, shit." Uh, they try to justify it by saying, "Well, shit, Errol Spence been ducking him for 5 years." So they don't say this, but this is what they mean. Errol Spence been ducking him for 5 years. So shit, why can't he duck? Nah, you don't get away with that. Nah, this is the only time that this fight has been real. This is the only time that this fight has been at our cusp. We had the fight. It was here. It was there. And this motherfucking duck, like Errol Spence said, if he would have told us, all he got to do was tell us, "Yo, I'm about to go make this easy money," and we would have been okay with that. But
That's right.
make this fight, like, dog, sign this, bro. Go on and get your money. After this, we get it. And Errol Spence would have been down with that because you know what Errol Spence's slogan is? "I don't take no tune-ups." So Errol Spence would have been out to fight. Uh, Errol Spence would have been out the ring for a year. He was willing to do that. I come back in April. Fuck it. Go on and get your money. We got this fight though, right? Sign this. Let's get this fight. Go on and do what you gonna do. Go on and make your 10 million, dog. That's what Errol said. Go on and make your 10 million. And we gonna come right back.
Hmm.
Man, this shit is pitiful.
I know, man. It's so frustrating, bro, because it's like it's out of our hands. It's out of the boxing fans' hands. It's out of Aerospace Junior hands, and we got to depend on this chicken hard ass nigga. You know what I'm saying? To step up to the plate, to step up the boxing history, and then when you really make you mad to see motherfuckers supporting this shit, and it's like, bro, we don't. I mean, man, it's like you don't have time for this shit. All these pay per views, all these shitty pay per views I brought for this dude, and you know what I'm saying? And he just turned out to be a damn mudfish, you know, a goddamn mudfish, you
Yeah,
know.
that motherfucking mudfish that come out and blurt bubbles out their motherfucking chest. You know what I'm saying? And try to walk on land and shit. You know what I'm saying? That's what this nigga is. He one of them little fucking guppies. You know, man, this shit is ridiculous, OG. Like I don't understand it, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't understand it. Like, dog, you niggas has been hating on this man forever, bro. But right now, the shit is in our face. It's right here in our face. We
Hmm.
know what the fuck happened. We know what the fuck happened. There was no way in hell that Terrence Crawford was supposed to walk away from this fight. There's no way in hell.
That's right. That's right. That's exactly right. And see, I mean, for them to try to make excuses is impossible. But just the fact that they trying to make excuses really pisses you off. You're like, bro, y'all not real. Y'all not real boxing fans, man. You know what I'm saying? If you've been watching boxing as long as me, this shit is dumb. You know what I'm saying? Y'all need to stop commenting on boxing. Go watch something else. No, that's not what we do in boxing. We don't back duckers. We don't back people ducking smoke. You know what I'm saying? I don't care if you call me a hater. Call me whatever the hell you want. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna stick to the truth of what's happening. You know what I'm saying?
Because
What we see.
because honestly, OG, honestly, this fight was only real for the last year. To be honest with you, because Terrence Crawford and his team, all this little fan, I can't even call them Terrence Crawford fans. They just hate Arrow and all that shit. But this
Yeah,
fight was only real since he fought Sean Porter. And
yeah.
after he fought Sean Porter, he called Arrow out in the ring. Man, you get your tail out your ass, man. Let's make this fight. That was his last fight. And now that it's real, and he knew Arrow had a fight at the time. So now that it's real, bro, you walk away from it. How can y'all not? How do y'all support this shit?
Hey, hey, I don't know, bro. I don't know. Hey, I know, man. I be shaking my head every goddamn day. I'm like, and you just gotta look at it for what it is. These motherfuckers are not real fans. They just hate EJ, and they don't want to see him. You know, because you know what's gonna happen if something happened to Crawford. If he vacate, they're gonna get behind Jerron Boots Ennis. That's what they're gonna do.
They gonna
They're
get
gonna
behind anybody they think can beat Arrow.
exactly. You know what I'm saying? So, they're just gonna move the goalposts. All of a sudden, Boots Center is gonna become the greatest motherfucker that ever lived. You know what I'm saying? What's going on, being Israel Shalom, bro? What's going on? I see you out there, bro. Long time no see. But shit, we're gonna leave it right here, Master Khalid. I'm gonna get up early in the tomorrow, probably about 9 or 10, and we'll do this again. You know what I'm saying? You know, we'll get up and cook some more tomorrow. And
All right,
shit, I got
OG.
to.
All right, OG. I'm gonna be looking for you, man. I'm probably gonna be on the road, but I'm gonna be looking for you, OG.
Oh
Peace,
yeah, I'm
man.
about I'm about to hit the road with you. You know what I'm saying? I got to drive to Texas and shit and get some
Man, I
paper.
can't wait to get that Texas bro name in. Yeah, I can't wait.
Yes, sir. All right, y'all. I appreciate everybody sliding through, being Israel. You just came a little late, bro. And that holy boy, you know what I'm saying? Cohen's Edwin, and that holy boy, and see, educated Jab says we Gonzalez. You know what I'm saying? We'll be back tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? See you guys in the next one. Better get some sleep tonight. Peace, y'all. We'll be back in the morning.